Hey y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yo, y'all be on it, don't y'all? I'm getting text messages, DMs, all that. Like, you late, you late. I had to look at my clock again, like, hold on, yo, it ain't even to the clock yet. But no, thank y'all so much for being concerned. I know we normally open it up like 5 or 6 minutes early, but sheesh, man, crazy. Bree, I see you in the top spot. What's up, baby? Good morning. How you doing today? Yo, you've been in that top spot all week long, yo. It started with Friday and you ain't let go yet. Good to see you. Hey, Core, happy birthday again. I hope 18 treating you right so far. Good morning. Hey, Ania, good morning. Jada, good morning. I'm so looking forward to part two of that conversation today. That's gonna be fire. I already know. Hey, poet, good morning. How you doing today? John, baby Barack, good morning. Chaos Smoothies, what's up? Good morning. Hey, yo said I thought my YouTube was broke. Yo, y'all is crazy. Hey Lamar, good morning. Wavy way. Can't wait to get my little joint going on from the wavy way real quick. Hey Booski Show, happy Thursday. Good morning. Hope you doing well too. How you feeling? Hey Lanae, what's up? Good morning, Lanae. I see you being a little consistent. Good to see you. Good to see you. Elder, what's up? Good morning. How you doing? Keon, what's up? Good morning, Keon. Yo, Kamaya Success Sessions, what's up? How you doing? I'm super duper duper excited for you and Jamira to do your guest spot today with the Lieutenant Governor. Like that's going to be amazing. Nevea, I hope I'm saying that right. You know, I'm a little challenged when it comes to saying some of these names. But y'all, Nevea Cooper is new. So please make sure y'all show her all the love that you can possibly show her. Like, I love it when new people come into our spot. Like, that is absolutely amazing. Um, Lanae, what you say? Can anybody help with complex numbers and listen, man. Listen, yo, that's Miss Caitlin all day. That's Miss Caitlin all day. I can't help you with none of that. But Miss Caitlin, she got you. She got you all day long. So don't even worry about it. Unfortunately, though, we're not going to have Miss Caitlin back until Monday. Because remember, she got that big exam tomorrow. So, but send us the work, Lanae, and we're gonna get to it. Hey James, what's up? Good morning. Hey, y'all make sure y'all hit up James for my people that's starting the YouTube channels. I know my man's Keon, we was talking about that earlier. That's the dude I was telling you about when I said if you want a fire intro video. James Gaither, that's the man to see. So make sure you connect with him. He's a talented artist. He did the HeartSmiles artwork you see behind me. Hey, Isis, good morning. What's up, Isis? Hey, yo, yo said I was late. Yo, y'all crazy. Isis and Chaos Movies, I see what y'all trying to do. Look, I'm devastated. And wait till y'all see why I'm devastated. Then y'all gonna be like, all right, you know, y'all gonna cut me a little bit of slack, but I'm devastated. Wait until y'all just wait. Y'all just wait. Hey, Ari, what's up? Good morning, Ari. Hey, Taylor, what's up? Good morning, Taylor. Yo, y'all is great. Yo, Ice is gonna say I thought my computer was lagging. Hey, yo, chill on me, yo, chill. Hey, Q, what's up? Good morning, Q. What is up? Yo, listen. Hey, Ma. Good morning, Ma. Good to see you here. Hey, yo. Hey, KR, don't come for me. You know I can't pronounce nothing. Y'all got to put the little uh, phonemic spelling or whatever it is in that. Listen, I don't know. Send me just a voice memo, yo. That's it, yo. just send me just a voice memo. Ania, the YouTube thing. James, remember I kept fussing, saying like, yo, I need my man to show up and be consistent because he's so talented and he could be helping everybody. James, that's the one I was talking about. Get with him. He can do the YouTube thing, man. When I tell you fire, like fire. I'm not just saying that just to say that. Like his work is truly amazing. So y'all make sure that that y'all connect with him because he can definitely hook you up. And his prices are pretty reasonable, but I already know them prices gonna be going up soon. So make sure you get with him, man. Make sure you get with him. So look, y'all, let me show y'all why I'm devastated. I'm gonna just show y'all. I can't even tell y'all. I gotta just show y'all because hopefully y'all realize that it's like 10:05 right now and I'm still by myself. I'm about to show y'all. I'm about to show y'all. This too much. All right. Can y'all see this? Y'all ready for this? About to be crazy. All right. Let me know if y'all can hear this.
Good morning, heartbeats. I am so sorry that I might have to miss today's session. I have a meeting today at 9 and they said it might finish early, but I don't know. The agenda looks kind of long, so I feel like we might run over into our 10 o'clock slot. But I have Corey and Jada coming up. I know they're going to hold it down. You already know Miss Joni holds it down, and we'll be back like we never left tomorrow. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. My jewel for today is believe in yourself. And when you can't believe in yourself, find your support systems, whether it just be one person. Even if you got to talk to yourself, encourage yourself, just believe in yourself and you will go far. I love you guys, and you will be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And I promise my Wi-Fi connection is going to be popping. I already have the hoops on today, so I know it's going to be a great day. But I love you guys and be great.
Now do y'all see? Now y'all get it? Now y'all see why I was so devastated what I was dealing with this morning? I know, y'all. I know, yo. I know. It's crazy. Yo, yo, since day one, yo, Miss Simone has not missed not 1 second, y'all. She has not missed 1 second, not missed not one session. But it's okay though, because y'all know she's going for her PhD program. She about to be Dr. Miss Simone. So she had to do something today for that, but she did that video. Jada.
Good morning, Miss Joni.
Good morning. Hey, yo, is that the wavy wave, yo?
Oh, the wavy wave ain't even let me know if he was dropping hair sculpts yet. So I'm waiting. I need a silk one.
He got those, yeah. Oh, I thought that was the wavy way.
No, I got a head scarf on, like a scarf you tie around your neck. I had to wrap one of them up.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So I ain't the only one waiting on my wavy way.
No, you're not.
Yo. Thank y'all for forgiving me for my lateness. Thank you, Isis. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. See, y'all, I was devastated, y'all.
Yeah, I was too. But I was really honored when she had came to me and she was like, I'm not gonna be there. So I would really love if you and Corey to hold it down. And I was just like, somebody loves me. That's great.
I know, yo. I know, yo. Like, yo, speaking of like trusting people with stuff, I don't know how many people were on Winning Wednesdays last night. Was you on Winning Wednesdays last night?
No, I had the Merit Scholarship Program.
Okay. So on Winning Wednesdays, I had announced that Kamaya Success Sessions and John Baby Barack, they are going to participate in this national conference. You know, normally we go away for conferences.
Right.
Like, you know, we get your plane ticket, we get your hotel, we get all that. But because everything is virtual now, it's a virtual, they're going to do virtually instead of us flying to San Diego. But Baby Barack and Kamai Success Sessions, they want to represent for us.
Yeah.
And that comes with a $500 honorarium.
I'm so happy for them. I work with them a lot of stuff. Like the spelling bee, I never even knew that they went to Poly. I didn't even see them when I was at Western. So when I found out, I was like, oh, y'all gonna be great. I'm so excited for you guys to join HeartSmiles.
I know. Yeah. You gonna be in the spelling bee?
No, I'm a judge.
We need people in the spelling bee. Like that's what
Look,
and then
I referred all my friends from Western. I don't think y'all really want to step in this spelling bee because it's getting hot.
From Western, no, send us the Douglas people.
Oh no, then y'all gonna win. That's not fair.
Send us the Forest Park people.
Elder is joining. We got Elder.
No, not a Crystal Ray turned Forest Park. I mean a true Forest Park.
Okay, all right, I got you. I'm gonna look for some.
Yo, Chaos Movie says she don't have Miss Mo stuff. I know that's right.
Yes.
Oh, my bad. I said that wrong. Not Kamaya Success Sessions. Cam, Chaos Movies and John. My bad, yo, you right. Yo, my.
Yes, Cam, you better take them smoothies to that.
Oh, yo, I be getting everybody's names mixed up, yo. I'm old. It's too many KAMs. That's the problem.
That's bad. That's bad.
Yo, my bad. Hey, Missouri, what's up? Welcome.
That's bad. Well, we waiting for Corey at the moment, but
coming on right now. It say connect, and I think her joint is in the ghetto, yo.
Oh, I hope not.
Maya, what's up, Maya? I don't think I know who Maya Bad Butt is. We know who Maya Bad Butt is. Is she new?
Oh, I think so. I don't know who that is.
We can see you all cool. You just gotta turn us this way. Amaya Bad Butt, welcome, baby. Welcome. She said we was ducked off. Oh, I must know her then. We must know her then. What's up? HardKor. Is that a wavy way, yo?
No, I don't want them yet. I don't got one of them yet.
My man's Lamar is slippy, yo. How everybody on here with a wave cap and ain't none of them wavy waves, yo?
His stuff nice though. I seen it. That's hard. I like the little design he got on it and everything. That's hard. I like it.
Oh yeah. He coming through. So Miss Simone sent me your PowerPoint. Yeah, and sorry, y'all, it was not Kamaya's Success Sessions, even though she is amazing. It's Chaos Smoothies, Cam. Y'all know how we go to our conferences? Yeah. Cam and John, Baby Barack, they're going to represent us at a conference. If this Rona wasn't going on, we would be flying them to San Diego. But because Rona happened, and we got to do the virtual thing, but you know, they get to represent for all of Baltimore. They get a $500 honorarium for doing it. And they're going to have their work published on the official .gov site. So.
Oh, that's dope. Congrats.
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, this Maya Bad Butt, LOL, is our Kamaya Success Sessions. Yo, I don't accept that, yo.
Why you change it up like that?
I think she on a different account.
Yo, switched it out.
I'm out of it.
That's two different things. Like that's just.
I was so caught off guard. I was like,
me too. Me too. Like, yo. All right. So, do y'all want to set the conversation up, or y'all want me to just put the PowerPoint up? How y'all want to go?
We can set it up for real. You can put it up and like go based off there. Yeah, you cool with that, Drew?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. And y'all got a chance to y'all saw Miss Simone, her heartbreaking email.
It's all for a better cause. That's all we gotta remember.
You're right.
She'll be Dr. Sawyer soon with a nice dissertation.
You know, it's for the better. That's all you gotta look at. That shit's better. So.
Yeah, we're gonna miss her though. We are missing her though.
Yeah, there's only one Miss Simone.
Yeah, we need somebody with the hoops,
right? But this is part 3 of Toxic Relationships, Same Sex Edition, Girls Edition. I want to touch on like the question that you loaded us with last week, Ms. Shoni, about why is it more acceptable for girls to be doing this opposed to like boys. And I feel like it's always been like a double standard. I feel like in the whole LGBTQ community, I feel like lesbians out of everybody was the most acceptable because I think it goes back far as like it's sexist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's sexualizing because I feel like people might feel appealing or attractive when they see two girls out opposed to two guys, and I feel like that ain't even right.
I agree. I feel like people like take it as, I want to say, like, because men must be, it's like a societal evil that men must be so like masculine that it's not okay for them to be gay because they think it's like feminine and it's too soft and it's just like the wrong way of life. But I feel like people don't even understand gay people overall in general to even be able to put their input on somebody's relationship and who they love. I also think that, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think it's a mindset thing. People have been conditioned to believe, oh, men must be this way and women must be this way. So you can't like flip the roles, switch everything around, change it, you know, become a new person. And I think that's kind of what bothers me because people think, oh, you know, you want to be transgender, it must be something wrong with you. You want to be gay, you know, you want to be a part of LGBTQ. You must have, you know, been sexually molested or something crazy. Like, it's just like, it can't be acceptable. And I think that's what stops a lot of gay men from coming out and it being a double standard between men and women.
Yeah, it's definitely the stereotypes that come with it. Like you said, like a man supposed to be like this, like he supposed to be like masculine and all that. He can still be masculine and be gay at the same time. I feel like someone's preference and who they like should not bother you that much with, so like you disturbed by it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we are humans and we're meant to love. So I feel like if that person chooses to love the same sex, why is that a big problem with you? And I feel like that's when the person I look themselves in the mirror, because a lot of people that have a big issue with it, I feel like they fear something because they fear that they might like men themselves, the ones that go OD about it, because it's like, ain't no way it should bother you that much. It might make you feel a little bit afraid because you know how it made you feel and you don't understand it, but you know, fear control a lot of people.
Right. One more thing about, you know, the double standards between gay men and gay women is that if you've ever been to Pride in Baltimore City, a lot of men come down there just to see gay women, but then when they see a man walk down the street in heels, then they become petrified. But you okay with your girlfriend or your wife sleeping with another female, and I don't understand that because like you come as if it's like a freak show or like something for entertainment, and it's not.
That's what I'm saying. It goes back down to sexualizing women. Like, it's attractive to people. You know what I'm saying? It's more appealing to look at than two guys kissing opposed to two girls. And I mean, I don't know what can we do other to educate people about it. But then you got the people that's just like homophobic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, I think it always goes back to like sexualizing what it looked like and what's more appealing to see. You know what I'm saying? And I think that goes back to what we didn't watch it on TV, because they will always put like a girl kissing on TV opposed to the boy anytime. Like, it'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's what they would rather show opposed to two guys.
Right. But I feel like it was like a change throughout generations, because if you remember, Prince and all of them was like wearing, like, had long hair and they wore like different colored clothes and they wore makeup and it was acceptable back then. So I think it's a switch in generations, and then how like in like the 1990s and stuff, how AIDS came out, people really got scared after a while and thought, oh, if we advertise this, then this is what they'll do and this is what it'll cause. So I feel like it didn't really play in the favor of gay people, because a lot of straight people or other people out there was just like, that's what's going to happen. I don't want my child watching that show and get influenced like that.
Yeah, and especially like when you bring up Prince was like an amazing singer, man, and he was straight, so nobody really questioned it as much as if he was actually gay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, I don't know, man. It's definitely a lot harder for gay men opposed to gay women. It's so much easier for us opposed to them. You know what I'm saying? They can't probably show public affection, but we can.
Right. I mean, I salute any gay person out there, male or female, who still steps outside every day and show public affection to your significant other, and how you still stand up against double standards, disrespect, and stereotypes. Because I think that's important. Not saying that other people in two different sex relationships don't face it, but like I feel like that takes a lot of courage, because it's like a lot of people, when I was in 7th grade, they was like, oh my God, she's okay with being gay out loud. And I'm like, it's not out loud, it's just in me. Like, I don't know.
I feel you living your truth. People are ignorant with the fact of that. But I feel like we talk about this too long. You try going to the PowerPoint.
Yeah. Start.
Huh?
You can start.
All right. How do you express your feelings to your partner and have tough conversations in a healthy way? Honestly, I feel like the best way to do that is basically prep your partner before you have that conversation. Be like, all right, listen, I got to talk to you about something. Like, I want to make sure your mind space is open to hear. Because if you just come off like, man, I don't want to do this no more. Like, what? Like, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's no easy way of doing it. You feel me? Or you be like, I don't like how you do this. It's just like, it seems like you targeting that person opposed to like actually trying to have a conversation. I feel like in a relationship, you do need to have these conversations so you can understand how to move forward. Like, what triggers you, what bothers you, and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I feel like it's all about delivery and how you sit. You can be rude to the person, but if you practice like, hey, listen, I want to talk to you about something, and I hope you have an open mind, then that gives the person a more lead way to be like, all right, I'm gonna hear you out, opposed to like it's an argument. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I understand. I really agree on is how you deliver something, how your delivery is when you coming off to someone. I also think that you should express how serious the conversation is about to get, because I start laughing when I get nervous. Like, I don't know. I just start laughing, and I don't want to laugh at nobody's feelings, and I don't want to laugh at nobody's face, but I get really loud and I laugh for a long time. So you gotta tell me before you just ambush me and be like, yeah, I feel like this is not gonna work, because then I'm gonna be caught off guard and I'm be like, are you serious?
I mean, you're right, but like it don't even gotta be that serious of a conversation. It could be something like right now I'm not happy, or like how can we fix this happy? Like how can we get happy again? Why do we keep going up and down? You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think that's considered a serious conversation, because like,
yeah, of course.
Like, I guess it's a serious conversation, because like you gotta get into why you feel like that, and that could take you a minute, because everybody can't just take a Band-Aid off and just start bleeding. You gotta like soak it off, talk about it slowly, stuff like that. So it is about delivery.
It is, and I know one thing for me, like being the person on the other end that's being told that they need to talk. Like you gotta give me a second. Like you can't just tell me something and expect me to tell you exactly how I feel at that moment, because I'm a processor. So it's like I want to make sure I say exactly what I want to say, opposed to saying the wrong thing, and then you get a whole different idea of what I actually feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's another thing. Like knowing how to talk to your partner and knowing how they understand what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a process for people. But.
Okay, I understand what you mean. Also, I think we was talking about this, I think last night or in the other session. Please do not text me and be like, we need to talk.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
don't say nothing.
No.
Because I'm going to block you and I'm not going to respond. So you better text me on Instagram later, like, all right, I'm ready to talk or something. Because don't do that to me. Like, I feel like that's not prepping me for a serious conversation. At least tell me what you talk about.
Don't never say that. I feel like we need to talk. My mind run. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. You tell me one thing, my mind gonna run 101 miles. So you telling me we need to talk. I'm thinking, all right, now you want to break up. You probably want to break up because I did this and third. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? And then it's just like, no, you gotta tell me, listen, we need to have a conversation. I want you to be open-minded, and I talk to you in like 5 minutes. That's as long as you got from telling me that we need to talk for me without overreacting.
Hey, yo, Corey said, if you don't give me an explanation, I'm going to come up with my own.
No, for real. I mean, I'm going to overthink it. So it's like, it's going to always be like that. Like, I need reassurance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand, because I feel like that's important. Don't anticipate a talk. If it's as serious as you feel it is, don't text me and be like, we need to talk.
First of all, don't even
wait
text
till
me.
I come upstairs. Wait till I see you again. You know, FaceTime me and tell me, you know, if we're not around each other. Or tell me right then and there. Because I feel like I'll put 2 and 7 together and come up with 40 real quick. And then I'm going to have an argument.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't even text me that. You need to call me. I need to hear your tone and your voice. What you, like, how you feeling? Like, what mood are you in? What's going on? Like, I need that. Like, because I'm an overthinker. But,
right.
Yeah. Are we ready for the next slide?
Okay, so this slide says how to bring up sensitive topics. To go back to the question, these are just ways for you to be able to move into a conversation that you feel is very serious without saying we need to talk or arguing first or having both people being uncomfortable and then one feel like they're being ambushed and attacked and the other one feel like they're being misunderstood. One way is that everything doesn't have to be an argument. Learn your argumentative style. Learn your argumentative style and your partners. I'm gonna drop a test for that, and I'm gonna drop a link for that in the comments. Another is express how serious this topic is to you. Like, if you tell me that you're insecure about something, but you're laughing, I'm not going to take you serious. I'm gonna start laughing, and then you're gonna be mad at me.
Man.
Yeah. Make sure that it is the right time and place to speak. Like, don't wait till we at dinner with one of your family members to be like, I don't like how you just leave the dishes in the sink.
No. That sounds like you trying to argue in front of all these people. Like, you trying to go wall to wall. Like, no.
You trying to put a show away.
Like, yeah, like, that's another thing. Don't never put your business out there in front of everybody. It's a relationship is private, not public.
Because your relationship is private, not public.
You know what I'm saying? You got people out there, man. I seen crazy stuff. Especially on Instagram, man. People can't. They tell you everything. They be like, yeah.
Everybody business.
Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I know how everybody relationship going on Instagram. Give an honest introduction. Be like, hey, you know, so and so. You know, this has been bothering me for a long time. I don't want to bombard you with like an argument. So maybe we could talk about blah, blah, blah that's bothering me. And the last thing is to keep eye contact, because unless you're going to cry. I understand if you put your head down because you're about to cry because you know the conversation getting serious and you feel some type of way. But make sure you keep eye contact with that person so they understand the seriousness of the conversation.
Right.
Anything you got to add?
I ain't got no questions, no nothing. What you doing?
Yo, y'all comments is blowing up. I was just waiting for y'all to. I was just waiting for y'all to say, y'all got, it's going too crazy. It's going. Hey, y'all, check this out though.
Okay.
Hold up.
I gotta get this set up when I can see the comments too.
I can see some of the comments if you need me to read them to you. They
going on. Yeah, you can just read something that stand out to you, Jada, because there's so many of them. Like, everybody's making great points. Isis, Nevaeh, Ma, Ari, everybody's making great points.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna start with W. Lewis. It says, I think it's based off the way people were raised, because your parents tell you like you're going to have a boyfriend or girlfriend, but never like girlfriend on girlfriend or boyfriend on boyfriend. So people think that relationships is somewhat wrong. I agree, because I was on Instagram one day and I was scrolling through my timeline and the Shade Room had posted about this gay man who worked in a school, and they made him take his picture off his desk. And then when he refused to, they tried to fire him because he worked with first and second graders, and a parent thought that was going to influence the way her child thought a relationship should go.
How? He a teacher. He ain't teaching nobody no relationship skills.
And it wasn't kissing or nothing. It was like, you know, a man standing behind a man. They had on cute jackets, a nice background, a simple picture. They wasn't even holding hands. People just ignorant, man. People just ignorant. That's why I said it's what's more appealing to the eye when it comes to stuff like that. Right. Kamaya Successions said, I don't really like the fact that this generation's parents believe they have control over their children's sexuality. I agree.
Yeah.
I follow a lot of people on Instagram, and a lot of them are like teen parents at the moment. And I've seen a lot of them post this meme where it's like, don't have a child if you're not gonna be able to accept their sexuality. And I think that's important because if you look at Gabrielle Union and her husband, isn't it Dwayne?
They're doing an amazing job.
Yes, I so love the support.
Amazing job.
I so love the support. I love it, like because I feel like nobody really goes into your child's life to really try to understand your child. Your child is left to deal with their own feelings, their own depression, their own thoughts. And then after a while, when you try to go in and help your child start to feel like it's awkward because they're not used to you trying to scope into their life and care about them and all this crazy stuff. So I think it's important that they took a step forward to learn about it and make sure that everybody understood that this is my family and I'm gonna support my child no matter what.
Yeah, and I think people forget that, like, yo, you love your child, right? Like, your love is supposed to be unconditional, right? So why is it so hard to accept certain things? If you got a mindset like that, you shouldn't even be no parent for real.
Honestly,
your kid could have been with somebody else that was more accepting. Like, and then it's like another thing where so your parents are the first people that show you love. That's a love language you get. You know what I'm saying? So It's like for them to not to accept you, man, that's just gonna mess up your whole love life in the future until you correct it as an adult.
Right. Another comment was from Lamar. He said, I feel like people have to be blunt when you're having a conversation instead of trying to not hurt someone's feelings because that's how people make assumptions.
I agree. I agree, but I feel like at the same time, like, I know that my girlfriend is a little bit more sensitive than I am. So I'm not gonna say nothing that's just like harsh to her like that. Like, no, if you love that person, you gotta be willing to like change your delivery a little bit where it's blunt, but it's also enough where so like she understands and not where so like she feel like she being tired or like she feel like you being smart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I need to work on that because I feel like I can't talk about my feelings without just being blunt about it. I can't be like, hey, you know, when you do this, it bothers me. I'm like, you really get on my nerves when you do this, and I need you to work on it.
See, that's the thing. You feel that's like you demanding. So like that's a demand. It's not like a conversation, and that's what I'm saying. Like you sometimes when I want to say something, that takes me a long time before I say it because I want to make sure I'm saying it right. I'm saying exactly what I say, and you understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. It's like you say things so that it doesn't hurt them, but it helps them.
Yeah, and it's not even like I'm trying to walk on eggshells. It's just that I'm being aware of that triggers and like not triggering her. You know what I'm saying? What I want to say without it being too much.
Right. Okay. Let me see some more comments here. I see that W. Lewis said you have to know your partner and the way they communicate and take things and how they take things. So I guess like understanding their triggers and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Man, excuse me. If you know your partner triggers, man, I'm trying to tell you, you probably won't even have no arguments in your relationship.
Right. Q said Twitter fingers.
Huh?
I agree. Q said Twitter fingers. I agree.
I ain't even getting no Twitter fingers in a long time. I've been chilling.
She's not even talking about you.
Oh, okay.
Not even talking about you. She just said Twitter fingers in general. How people post their relationships, post about their relationships too much, and then we know all your business.
Nah, like that's corny. I feel like if you feel like you gotta tell the world about like your problems with your like in your relationship, then you probably shouldn't be one. Like you in a relationship for the wrong thing. Look like you're in it for entertainment. For real.
Right. You basically should start a show. Lamar said if you raise your voice at me, I'm gonna raise my voice back. One thing about me, I'll let you play with me, but when you take it too far, then that's when I just go off and hit the train. I kind of agree. I feel like if we talking, it depends on who it is because each relationship you don't react to a person the same way. So if certain people yell at me, I'm gonna yell back. But if another person, like if other people yell at me, I'm like, who are you yelling at and why? Because I don't talk to you like that. So don't talk to me like that. I'm not talking to you like that. So don't talk to me like that.
I feel like, I don't know. I don't think yelling is healthy. Like for real. I don't think if you gotta raise your voice and communicate to me, that ain't healthy. I mean, it's probably not too bad. As long as she ain't disrespecting me, like yelling at me, but like I can't do yell for yell. I did it before in the last relationship, and that was just a waste of time.
Yeah, I understand. Our next question is, how do you become comfortable in your relationship? Well, I think that happens over time through communication, trust, all that good stuff. Don't just, the analogy I used is don't come in my house and take your shoes off and get in my bed if I don't know your name.
Right.
Like, don't overstep boundaries. Don't skip steps. Don't try to speed up the process, because then the relationship gonna be wrong in so many ways.
Then it's like you forcing it. Like I feel like for you to become comfortable with your partner, it's gonna be like those times when you like being genuine. You get what I'm saying? Like right. You being vulnerable with your partner. Like y'all could be watching movies all night long and y'all just picking each other's minds. You get what I'm saying? That's something that's becoming comfortable. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. I get it. One thing I think that I struggle with about being comfortable in relationships, like certain people that I've been in a relationship with has never seen my real hair. I don't even post pictures with my real hair, but other people have washed my hair. Like, I don't know. I think it's how they make you feel about your insecurities, I guess. Like, if you can reveal to them one of your insecurities and they don't laugh at you or overreact or nothing like that, then I think that gives you a sure sign that you could tell them more about yourself. Like, because you can notice a red flag in someone when you tell them about a problem of yours. Or if y'all get into an argument and they be like, well, that's why your hair's short. Okay,
first of all, ain't no way in the world your partner should ever say nothing like that unless like you burnt your hair or something and they told you not to do it, something like that. But ain't no way that like you arguing with your partner and they throwing little goals like that. Nah,
people do that. There's subliminal shots be look. People be throwing subliminal shots like that, and I think that's really ghetto.
I mean, if you doing all that, man, y'all gotta have a serious conversation. Like, yo, you trying to hurt my feelings? Like, that's what we doing?
Right. But be careful about becoming comfortable in a relationship with someone who isn't the best for you, because that could lead you down the long line of pain. A lot of crazy things can happen with doing something like that, because you don't know what the person's intentions is. So please don't become comfortable with somebody and you don't know nothing about them.
No. Like, before you get in a relationship with somebody, y'all should be dating for a minute, or at least like just kicking it for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So that way, the difference between dating and a relationship.
The dating in a relationship, dating is when you feeling the person out if you really want to be with them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, see, y'all pick up these jewels, because I thought it was the same thing. I thought it was talking stage relationship.
No, see, this generation talk more in the talking stage and the talking stage is like so many like miscommunications. I feel like that's just need to be eliminated for real. I feel like
we need to come back to that.
You know what I'm
saying? Them spectrums, because I think people don't understand it.
Yeah, like you gotta be clear. You gotta be clear when you talk about the talking stage or something.
Right.
Because you can think one thing, the person think another, and they doing something else. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, knowing, like, saying your true intentions with somebody, like, before y'all even take that long, like, journey together, y'all should have that conversation. And then once you start dating them, you get more comfortable, then you can talk about insecurities. But, I mean, it's all up to you. If you want to talk about insecurities on the first date and all that, hey, man, that's just who you want to do it.
Amen.
I got a question.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, y'all got a bunch of comments, but y'all do have a question. And HardKor, let me just help you out real quick, because we cool. Q said Corey, you always roasted me, and we can go bar for bar. Let's not. Look, I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger. I just wanted to help you out real quick before you got into a hole, and then we don't see you tomorrow.
Yeah. No, the thing about Q is like I be trying to roast her like a funny little roast. Like that's why I say one comment, but she be aiming to kill with her comments. Like she be trying to kill me, like not hurt my feelings, but like really like shut me up with. So like I be like, all right, I don't know if she want me.
Oh, you
I
definitely
don't know,
limping.
but
I felt that when I read that. I said, oh, let me tell my baby girl what's happening in these comments.
I don't even want to say nothing, but like that's why I try, like, before I say anything, I'm like, listen, I already know you aim me to kill. I don't even want to go bar to bar with you right now because she go on and on and on and on. And I said one thing about your outfit. You went to my hair, you went to my height, you went to everything. I just want the one thing.
Just like Nicki Minaj. Don't shut up. I know. Yo, I know.
Just keep on going.
Don't.
Look, Q, I can relate to you.
Just
I feel
won't
like
lay down and die.
Wrong.
Yeah, I feel like people when people throw shots, like they be like, "Oh, I don't like your shoes." I be like, "Okay, your hairline messed up. Your girlfriend lace front.
That's how she is. That's how she is.
And you
That's
ugly."
how she is. Just keep on going.
Like, no, look, I hit my head when somebody play with me. I hit my head, finish her, and that be it. I be finishing.
Man, I think it's like a light skin thing because y'all both light skin. Y'all got that little like thing. I mean, she ain't really light skin. She like brown skin, but like I don't be like that.
Colorism?
I'm not colorism. I'm just saying. I think that's just what it is. I feel like the lighter people, y'all can do and say whatever y'all want sometimes, and it's just like this sound.
Wow. Y'all want this question?
Yeah. Is it from Q?
No, it ain't from no Q, y'all.
Oh.
Y'all was sweating. The Lord sweat. This question is from Ma, the general. He says, I act weird when I have my partner around my parents. Is that reality? Like I just be way off track and don't know how to act around my partner and my parents. What are some strategies that I can use?
I can help you.
I don't know. I'm kind of like bad with that a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. But go ahead.
My mother really nosy, so I ain't really never had that choice of her not meeting nobody. Like she gotta know everybody in their family. So mainly I would say that when you're around your significant other and your parent, just remember that your significant other already likes you. They're not gonna run out the house screaming if your mother pull out baby pictures and nothing like that. And your parents was already nervous, just like your significant other is. So you basically gotta be the person, the bridge in between them two. You gotta be able to start a conversation and just help it flow, so that the next time that they hang out with each other, they could be like, "Oh yeah, she slid me on some good shoes that I could get," or her mother showed me a trick or a hack. You know, help them build a relationship if that's really the person you really want to be with. Like, you know, show your significant other's best sides and also show your parents' best sides. Like if you know, like your girlfriend do hair or your boyfriend know how to cut hair or whoever you date, know how to do something and your mother might need that, put them onto their services.
I mean, I feel you. I don't know because it's just like I be chilling, but when we had like holidays and we celebrate them, I don't know, it just felt like so much pressure. Where it's so like, all right, like it gotta go smooth. So it'd be like either I'm trying to entertain everybody and I get frustrated, or like I don't know. It's kind of like I don't know what it is, but it's like so much pressure. Like we could go to my mom's house and it'll be cool, but the holidays gotta be like A1, like everybody gotta have a good old time, everybody gets to know each other. I don't know why the pressure is on like that, but that's how I got working on though.
I don't live outside of a house without like my parent. I still live with my mother or whatever. So I think that like for your best benefit, it would be because I guess you and Q are always together, so you know what she do like to do and don't. So maybe like if you go over for the holidays to your mother and your sister house or whatever, you could like be like, "Hey, Stinker, grab your game and we could play a game," and your mother and your girlfriend could be in the kitchen cooking, or like bring activities that your girlfriend gonna like to do, so that your girlfriend don't feel left out, and your parents also have a way to connect with them, because that's like not your parent child and your parent don't know them like that. Well, your mother knows, but yeah,
I like that like balance where so like everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It could also ensure that you don't get frustrated by like, I don't know, when I'm around my parent, I still text my significant other even if we sitting across from each other. I just put my phone on do not disturb. I'm like, "How you feeling about this? What you like about that? How is this flowing so far? What you want to do?
Yeah.
Just to like keep everybody on the same page and keep the vibes going."
Nah, Christmas is just a lot.
I never follow up for y'all. Ma got a follow-up for y'all. He said, but what about when you get embarrassed in front of your parents when your partner is around? Is it even good for you to have your partner around your parents?
If you feel like you can't have your partner around your parents, I mean,
That's not your partner.
yeah, I feel like if your parents don't like your partner, that's a sign. You know what I'm saying? That your parents see something.
Well, wait a minute now.
I mean, I'm just speaking based off my experience.
A good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only way I know. It's just like all my last girlfriends, my parents, and like Quiana, everybody, like, and it's just like, oh, okay, cool, that's cool. And it's like I'm in a healthier relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think that depends because I mean, it depends on the relationship you have with your parents. Now, if there's some traits about your parent that you don't like and you try to avoid those traits, you may not want your significant other to see those traits, because then if your significant other see them traits and they'd be like, oh, wow, I see where you get it from, you know. But don't be embarrassed. Like, your parents, they see you at your complete worst: sick, runny nose, snotting, all in their bed, drooling, farting, and stink. Like, yeah, your significant other may not have seen you like that, but if they your significant other and they meeting your parents, they must be prepared to see you at your complete worst. And I don't think it's nothing worse than being completely sick, drooling, slobbering, and sneezing all over the place. That's disgusting. So, like, yeah, you know, you can't. You got to build up past that embarrassment, because you got to remember that these people see you in these certain types of forms, you know, and this other person got to be prepared to see you like that.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Y'all, poet Maya is crying out for help. She said, okay, so I need a different type of help. All the parents that I meet love me. So when their child break up, they think that they can put us back together. Like, my exes people still call me. She's like, help, what can I do?
No, you gotta block them. You gotta be like, I do respect. Your son or your daughter was not for me, and I feel like you can't kind of force me to get back with them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you should have that like adult conversation with that parent. You're like, realistically speaking, we ain't together no more. I'm the type of person. Well, I was the type of person. I don't think I'm like that now. It's like, if we ain't together, me and your family ain't cool.
I got a problem with that then.
Yeah. I mean, it's just because of the type of person I was dating, like how it ended and all that. You know what I'm saying? Right. And like that people didn't really like me like that anyway, because I was a female. So it was just like, nah. I mean, no, I can't imagine her mother calling me up. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to get back with her. No, I say hang up, hang up. But that's only because of like that person. But I feel like you should have an honest conversation with that parent. Be like, listen, that person ain't make me happy. It wasn't working. I can't do it. I'm sorry. That person gonna have to find somebody else. Something. I don't know.
I don't think it's very many people who parents. I mean, any of my exes who parents that actually like me, except for one. But I really wouldn't consider it like out of the ordinary, because I see them when I go to work, so they speak to me. And but the person not really my ex. It was just like we talked over the summer, and that was it. We still friends, and their parents see me and speak to me all the time, you know. But overall, I think that if you want to be petty, pop up at a Christmas party or something. I don't know, but if you really try and get over it, don't do that.
I feel like it all depends on you for real. Do you really want to get with the person, or like it's just weird for the parent to just reach out to you and to do that? Because that does sound like that's weird.
Yo, y'all questions, yo. Y'all got more questions. This daggone Ma the General, yo. He got all these questions. I'm trying to get other people questions into, yo.
Yo need answers. Yo say I need
I know he definitely need answers, and I want to give it to him. Ma, let me ask Bree question first, because she didn't get a question asked. Bree said, if me and my significant other fell off and we are having trouble communicating, what is some advice that y'all can give me to help?
Oh, I could do that. Honestly, I feel like during the time periods when you y'all not talking, like still realize like that's still your partner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're still choosing them for even though y'all not talking. But like once y'all do talk, because I feel like eventually y'all gonna talk, because it's just gonna naturally happen if y'all willing to work with each other and work it out and everything. I say be patient and be understanding when you be in that conversation. Like, why y'all not talking? Because I feel like for me, like I'm down to fix communication, but it be times when I don't want to do it, and it be a time period in my relationship where it's just though like we ain't communicating when we know we should be doing it because we got all the tools for it. So those times when you don't really want to talk, you're gonna have to talk because it's tough, but it's gonna build up and it's gonna be something else later.
I think that okay. So I just had to kind of deal with this with one of my friends or somebody very close to me. So first, you got to evaluate the situation. Like, is the communication level, since it lowered, has it been detrimental to your relationship? Have y'all been arguing more? Are you feeling insecure about who else they talking to? What's their reasons for not talking to you? Like, make sure you understand that first. Then if the person is like on a success session every day, bettering themselves at work, then yeah, I see you better, like, you could, like, I want to say, surprise them with a gesture. If you're not working at the moment, you know, send them a cool $10 on Cash App. Like, I still want you to know I love you. You know, for lunch, if they at work, buy them a small gift. You know, if y'all hang out together often, when they come to your house, have their snacks ready and their favorite show or their favorite activities, something like that. But if you feel some type of way and you trying to communicate and you push it and you fighting and they not helping you, it's nothing best for you to do but to move on and tell them that there's no change in your drawer because you don't have time to keep lowering your standards and trying to be there for someone that's not trying to be there for you. Because at this point, you're wasting your time. Because in a relationship, you're supposed to be there for each other. It's about support. And if they're not supporting you, it's no relationship. You might as well move on. You're wasting your time.
And even if they are feeling like they're not like talking to you, they can at least say, listen, I ain't got the energy right now to do this, but like we are good. It's just stuff that I'm dealing with on my own. Just to communicate that way, just eliminate so much stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like I seen a meme about it. It was like, you text somebody hours and hours later and they respond, hey, what you doing? I'm looking for a new boyfriend. What are you doing? Like, I feel like that's so chatty.
Y'all dumb. Yo, we literally only got like 2 minutes left. Miss Simone, you getting so much love. Miss Simone, soon as I stopped the screen share and they saw you was on here, they gave you so much love. You know, baby Barack, he played with you though and said, hey, it's free space, Miss Simone.
Don't play with Miss Simone.
But yo, can y'all answer my question in like 5 seconds or less? He's basically asking, is it okay for your mother to be friends with your ex? Because he's saying that's a problem.
No. Yeah. Leave that girl alone. I don't even like I don't like this. Don't be friends with her too, because I'm not like her even more. Like, I think that's ghetto. Don't be friends with my ex.
Yeah, Mom, we need to have a talk.
Yeah. Yeah. That has to go, because that's
Jada, internet in the ghetto. Yo, Miss Simone, this how you was yesterday, yo. Jada, I'm gonna look out for you, baby. I'm gonna look out. That's exactly how you.
My whole phone froze.
Yo, you back, yo. You back. We held you down though, yo. We did just like this. Yo.
No.
We held you down. We held you down. Yo, is HardKor okay, yo?
Please, Q, what's
Corey is choking right now, okay? We gonna have to cut this a little short.
Yeah.
Dang. Choking on what? Water? Is she all right?
I don't know. No.
Oh my gosh. Yo, please get back to us and make sure she's all right, okay?
I will. All right.
Take care of her. Thank you, Q.
Tell John I saw your comment and I'm not Free Space 2.0.
Free Space 2.0.
Yo, they go.
I can't wait for him to join the live and his connection go out. I'm gonna screenshot him. I'm posting them on it.
They is y'all. We completely out of time. This was a great conversation though. Like, I was not ready. I wish I would have looked at the PowerPoint. So I wouldn't have a mini heart attack, but I didn't. I just let y'all roll with it.
Oh,
Like, sheesh, y'all went in. Y'all went all the way in. Y'all went.
yeah.
So, Jada J, we need your jewels, baby girl. What you got for us?
Let me think. Okay. So I'm gonna say this. Think of a relationship as a compound word. You can't have pan without cakes. That's as simple as it is. Your relationship is a compound word. Those are two people together. That's it. Just make sure they like flow.
Compound word. That's what I'm get some vocabulary for us, Jada. Yes, writer.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
Love it. Thank you for holding it down. So I really appreciate it. Y'all did a good job.
Of
Yes.
course. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you so much, Miss Simone, for the video, man. Everybody was sad, but they was happy that you took some time
Of
to at
course,
least
there's not
acknowledge
one
it.
day
Yeah.
I'm not gonna see y'all.
I'm glad that you made it.
God willing. And I had to redeem myself. Y'all see the Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Guys, get the bus in.
Free spaces on pause.
Oh man, yes, I love it. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much. Miss Simone, we'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely. Bright and early for a good Friday.
Bet. Thank you so
Y'all
much,
later.
Jada. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, y'all, another good session. It was so glad to have Miss Simone pop up on us. So we'll be right back at 11. We'll have Kamaya Success Sessions and Jamira. And then at 11:15, the Lieutenant Governor will be joining us. I see y'all right back at 11. Hey y'all, hey y'all. We are back. Let's get our faves up on here. There they go. Kamaya success session. Yo, you is crazy, yo. That little Kamaya bad butt. What did you say? I was like, yo, who is this? Get in the ghetto. Mira.
Hey, Mira.
Hey, can y'all see me?
Yes.
Oh, I look crazy. Where you on?
We can see you loud and clear.
I want to see y'all.
You can't see us?
No. I hope I'm not on the success sessions.
Yo, you live, baby. Yo, you is live. It's all good, yo. You beautiful. You good. You got us on your phone?
No, I'm on the computer. Man,
Oh,
I'm like,
I don't know why you can't see us then if you on a computer.
Can you see us?
nah.
Oh man, yo, Mira in the ghetto, yo.
I'm not in the ghetto.
Oh.
we gonna give her a second to get us up here. What's up, Kamaya Success Sessions?
Chilling, Miss Joni. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I can't complain at all. Thank y'all so much for doing this. Like,
I'm excited.
when we have like high profile guests like this, like I always like to just kind of, let y'all take control because it's an important part of building y'all relationships and all that stuff like that. So,
I'm excited.
man, what kind of stuff you gonna be talking about?
Really just getting to know him because like we talked about before, we want it to be more of a conversation instead of an interview type thing. So a few questions for him. I did my research on him just to kind of feel him out and see what he's about. And yeah.
Okay.
Can y'all see me?
Yeah, we can see you. Can you see us?
No, I can't see myself on the computer on here.
Oh,
I
you
think
coming?
it might be like a delay or something.
Yeah, it's like a 10-second delay. Yeah, you about to pop up there.
I'm nervous on here.
How you doing, Mira?
Oh, I see myself. Okay. All right, I'm doing good. I look crazy. Okay.
What you hoping to get out of today's session with the Lieutenant Governor?
Me, okay, so I just want to get to the root of like all of this and why he started it. Because like a lot of politicians and everything, they started just to start because that's kind of like what they do and like how it was passed down in the family. But I want to get to the root of it and like I want to like see how genuine he is and everything. Am I like backwards?
You fine. Okay. Yo,
I'm not.
Mira, baby, you good. Both of y'all are beautiful. Y'all ready. Y'all
like
got your questions together.
This way.
Huh?
You good.
Oh, dang, you gonna have to edit this out, Miss Noni, because goodness.
Ain't no edits. We go raw. Everything is raw, yo.
Ain't no edits. Oh my God.
If I was editing, then I would have hooked my wavy side up. Like, ain't no edits. Why y'all think I be on here looking crazy? Ain't no edits. Y'all is crazy, man. What y'all think about that last conversation, though?
I was in here getting ready for this one. I peeked in. No, Miss Joni, I peeked in and everything, and I was trying to get ready for this one, like nervous, trying to get my questions back together and everything.
Oh, so y'all ain't even hear the fool. You ain't hear the foolishness. Oh, you heard the foolishness.
I heard
a little bit of
it. What you think about it, Kamaya?
My opinion on it, Jada and Corey really touched on some really good points. Far as communication, for as being comfortable with your significant other, far as like the delivery of the message. And I find that like a lot of people just don't understand that if you're in a relationship with your significant other, you can't just deliver a message all willy-nilly, especially if you know that they're sensitive. And I feel as though, like, connecting it to myself with my significant other, I'm like, I was sitting here and I was like, right. And my mom was like, girl, what she's talking about? And I'm like, I just agree with it for the simple fact that I know I can come off as strong sometimes. And I know that sometimes I have to check myself and hold myself accountable. Like, maybe the way I said it caught him off guard. So like, it was kind of a humble check for me, because I'm like, looking at it, I'm like, maybe he's not always wrong. Because like, I feel as though I have to always be right. That's my problem.
That's how you mess up on that one.
That's my problem. I feel as though I always have to be right, and I don't. But I feel as though my right is right, and I'm trying to get out of
That's
that.
how you mess up.
I'm trying to get out of it, because it's like, you're not always right, sis. You're not always right. But then again, in my brain, I'm like, yes, you are. Like, I gotta stop that. So, yeah.
Oh, see, I wasn't like, I was trying to do this thing, but I heard Jada drop some jewels. I really miss Jada. Me and Jada used to always geek and laugh at work. I got her into HeartSmiles. Do you remember? Remember
Did
that day I
you?
the Thriving Thursday and
You
everything?
sure? Because I think Elder bought Jada.
No, I bought her and Elder got back together and did got back together, and then like they trouble. But I bought her.
They trouble.
I miss Elder and Jada though. Like, I really do. I love getting on Elder's nerves, and then I love hearing Jada's voice and getting on her nerves.
Oh my gosh, y'all are crazy. So
I
look,
bought
so
the
so the last time
they
we
gonna be
had,
in the
you said what?
I hope they ain't gonna go crazy in them comments. I ain't even
Oh,
seen it yet.
they're gonna burn you up in them comments, but they already know it's never gonna work. That's not even a problem. They already know. So
Oh,
the last time we had the lieutenant governor on, Ma was the one who was kind of leading the conversation and all that. And this was like right when Rona first hit and the governor had shut us down, and he was just providing perspective on that. Are you guys planning to talk about like that at all? Because right now we in like a little battle where our governor is saying open back up, all this, but our mayor is saying like, push the brakes on it. Kamaya's smiling. Kamaya, she like, hold on, what you got, Kamaya? What you got? Is that something you planning on talking about?
There is when I'm the type that, like, when I go into a battle, I need to know my opponent's every move.
Right, definitely.
This a battle?
Not really a battle, but like, right. Like, I feel like I need to be able, I don't want to be blindsided by anything. So it's like, I know a lot about this man. That's why I said, like, when we had the conversation yesterday about the personal questions and stuff, I was kind of nervous, because I'm like, the questions that I've prepared for him, I don't want him to feel like, who is this little girl trying to pry into my personal life? Like, I'm just excited. So
I watched all the videos of him trying to see, like, how he do his like groove and everything. But like, I feel like we got this. I'm not gonna grill him really and everything. He seems like a really cool dude, but I'm going to get to like the deeper parts and everything, because people do like surface level things just to get something out there. But I know how to go deep into it, and also while being respectful and all of that stuff. So
yeah,
and I got like at least
cool guy.
I got at least like 4 good questions, and then we're gonna get some from the comments, because I want to do a conversation. So
yep. I think being in a conversation versus an interview, you get more out of it. You get more perspective from the other person. So being as though, like, like on TV, when you see interrogations and stuff like that, you don't really get much out of a person when you interrogate them versus talking with them. A lot of people talk at other people. I'd rather talk with him than talk at him.
Absolutely. So if you could say that you were looking to get like one thing out of this conversation for yourself personally, and one thing on behalf of the youth in Baltimore, like what would those like one things be?
You want to go, Mira?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. But like the city and like the youth of Baltimore, I just like really I want to get the why and like the why why is he the lieutenant governor and how passionate he is and like what is he doing to like help us as youth in Baltimore City, because Maryland is kind of big and everything, and like the politicians, they don't go into like the city, they don't go into the neighborhoods and everything. I want to see like the why and like what does he what is his perspective of Baltimore City youth, and I want him to like I want him, if it's like a bad way or not really like as good as much as I know about it, I want to be able to like alter that and just get everything into that. And for me, I want to like network with him and just become more like become more of myself and get to the next level for me, and just like perfect my craft more. And like the more interviews I do, the better I get, and just yeah, and just challenge myself in a way. So
as far as a personal level, I'm not really looking anything for personal because this is my first time doing something like this. If I had to choose something personal, probably getting my foot in the door, because I feel like the way I see it with a lot of this generation, you could lead a horse to the well, but you can't make him drink.
Oh my God.
So see, that's probably like come it's like
you could lead a horse to the well, but you can't make him drink. So me joining HeartSmiles for maybe like 3, it's been almost a month. I've been getting my foot in the door with different connects, and I feel like I just want to continue that. Overall, for the youth in city of Baltimore, I think I did want to throw a question in there about funding. Does he have control over city school funding, and how does the way our city schools are set up, what is his opinion on it? What would he do better? What does he, not really what he has control over, because you know that might be a bit too personal, but
I'm going to that.
Yeah, I just want to ask him, like, you know, what is your take on this? You know, really get his opinion, his insight on it, because like Jamira said, they don't really get to go into these neighborhoods. The research that I've done on him, this man lives in Columbia, Maryland. Not to throw his business out there, but he lives all the way in Columbia, Maryland. So he's not really in the city. He doesn't really see what we see every day. Just want to get his take on that. And again, I don't want to get too personal, but I also want to see who I'm working with.
Right.
Y'all is good. Okay. I didn't even know y'all was gonna be this good. I just randomly say, yeah, come on, y'all can do it. And y'all is,
you don't have to.
Y'all is good. Wow, this is about to be great, y'all. We got about 2 minutes or so before the lieutenant joins us, and then we kind of get right into this conversation, but that is amazing. Wow.
And I also like I want to talk about like bringing some like things like that's going on with the community, like homelessness around COVID. Like, what are you doing about the homelessness? And then just like everything really. It's so many things, so many. It's like, but we're gonna get into the conversation. I feel like we might need a part 2 because
I feel like it's going to be really hard to mediate between questions in the comments and the questions that we have, because we never have enough time, and especially because
here you go, y'all.
Especially because we already went 15 minutes. I don't know how to.
I go on and on and on. I gotta learn how to.
I already know. Y'all. It's about to be showtime.
Yes, time does go by really, really fast.
I know. We never have enough time. Never have enough time. Oh, I like that office.
Yes, I do.
There you go. Hey, Lieutenant.
Good morning.
Hi, I don't see you all though. I hear your voices, but I don't see you.
You can't see us? Oh my gosh. We got to get your video out the ghetto.
Yes.
I wish I could see the
Let me see
you.
Yeah, but I don't. Wait a minute. For whatever reason, it doesn't show your cameras being on. I'm going to press the button and see.
How do you get you?
Yeah, no, we on and we can see you.
Yep.
Yeah, I see me. I see me. I don't know why I'm not seeing you all. Let's see something. Let me keep looking. Try this. Yeah, who's that?
Oh,
That's
I don't
me.
know who that is.
That's me. That's
That's
me
you?
flashing.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know why that's.
I'm like,
It's
hold on, that look like a movie.
A horror movie.
Not a horror movie.
Oh, that goodness.
That's why this. That just goes to the full screen. That's all that was. I don't know. You know what? Why don't I'm going to sign out and sign back in and see if that makes a difference.
Okay, cool. No problem.
No, that's not that. Cancel that. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, did he try swiping over?
Right, yeah.
I think he might be on a laptop.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he might be on a laptop. Yo, y'all is crazy. Don't embarrass me, yo. The comments already, yo. I cannot. I cannot.
No joking in the comments because y'all know I laugh a lot.
Yo, Mirror cannot control it, yo. Baby Barack will say, but no, wait, I really got scared for a minute with the flashing.
He is a mess.
It did look like a little horror movie real quick, but it was just flashing black and white. I'm like, okay.
Invisible man type thing. All right, pull it together. All right.
Man, y'all are crazy. I cannot. I absolutely cannot. Hey, Q, good morning. Yo, Q back with us, y'all. Make sure y'all cop y'all hoodies. I got mine.
Oh, Miss Stone, you'll be proud of me for something I did. I'm gonna tell you later.
Oh, all right. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear it.
And saving.
Yeah.
Not the crosses.
Yeah, you know, that's how you know it's real. That's how you know it's real. Hey, can you see us?
It just says join audio. But your video's up now. Yeah. That's no.
We about to get it. Can you see us, Lieutenant?
No, I don't know what's going on with my side over here.
Oh no. You want a laptop or a phone?
I'm on a laptop.
Oh, you're on a laptop. Okay.
A tablet. It's a tablet. Let me see if maybe there's something that I need to do around here. Check everything in there. What's that? No, that's not it. That's not it.
We can see you perfectly. Can you swipe over on the laptop?
Wait a minute. It says disabled video receiving. Why is it disabled?
Oh, you can click the three bubbles at the bottom that says more, and then you can click it again, and then just click undisable. Like
it says enable. Okay, so maybe click. Something. Now it says disable. Your name comes up, but not the face.
Can you see his name?
The name is in the middle. I didn't see that.
Miss Mo said change the view. It's somewhere in the top right corner.
That's me. That's changing my view. That's no why. Can't see you all. Hey, I'm not able to see them.
Yeah, I'm text saying change the view, the top right corner.
Mouse. That's my. I get the. So it's enabled down here.
Sorry, I'm clicking on your stuff.
Yeah, that's all right. That's for his camera.
Mike.
Let's see. Let's go to Let's see this one. Wouldn't be camera. It would
When
be,
it was facing out this way, could you see them?
Mhm.
Can I, it's weird. There's not even like a change view setting. Let me Google real quick.
okay.
She said it should say speaker view, the option you want to pick.
Speaker view.
Uh-huh.
Where would?
Or either discussion view. She said in the top right corner, speaker view or discussion view.
I don't have that. Let's see.
It might be because we're in the browser, not the app.
Yeah, I'm not in the app. I'm in the browser. Let me see this. This is a Google thing, so that's not it.
Just get started with it and we'll try to troubleshoot on our own.
Yeah, if you want to start, I can then just, we'll keep troubleshooting as we go along and maybe we'll see folks.
Okay, no problem. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. This is how the devil works. So I know the conversation gonna be powerful because he's trying to keep you far away from us. But we have two of our young heartbeats here, Jamira and Kamaya. They're gonna be mainly facilitating the conversation. I'm gonna let them take over, and then I'll just be reading like some of the comments or questions that people have from our live stream.
All right, are we gonna have kids or young people also asking questions directly? I think last time we had
100% young people. Even the questions that I ask are going to be directly from the comment sections from young people. 100%.
Very good, very good.
You want to start, Mira, or should I?
I'll start. Well, good morning. I just want to start by introducing myself. I'm Jamira Queen. I'm a part of the Youth Advisory Board at Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, Adolescent Health, and everything. I'm on the advisory board with different opportunities.
You broke up a little bit on the. The audio broke up a little bit. I hope it wasn't on my side.
I start again. I'm Jamira Queen. I'm on the Youth Advisory Board at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg Center of Public Health, Adolescent Health, and I'm also I just work with HeartSmiles a lot in different opportunities, a youth leader in the program. I'm very familiar with the scene, this public speaking and letting my voice become heard. And I'm like an advocate and speaker for Baltimore City youth. And I'm really passionate about it. So I always like try my best and make sure I get to the root of it all and try my best to change what's going around in the city. So that's kind of like what I dedicate myself and my time to, other than school and my outside things I do.
Very good, very good.
And I'm a junior at the Baltimore Polytechnic Institute also. So I'm kind of young. Well, I am young.
You are, yeah. You're a senior, you said?
I'm a junior. I'll be a senior this rising year.
You'll be okay. So, so what are you doing to keep up with your studies, given that school has been closed?
Well, we have a Google Classroom for nearly every one of our classes. We just complete assignments, and then we have live streams with our teachers and everything like that. So from there,
great. How are you finding that?
It was difficult at first, but I'm getting the hang of it now, and it's nice to see my teachers and interact with them.
Okay.
Well, I'm Kamaya Tons. I'm a rising sophomore at the Baltimore Polytechnic Institute as well. I also sit on the Youth Advisory Board as of now. As of last week. I've done a lot of public speaking before, not like this in particular. I do a lot of poetry. I like to write. And I'm very big on youth activism.
That's good.
I'm very big on youth activism.
Did we lose you? No. Okay.
I'm very big on youth activism. And like Jameer said, just getting my voice heard. I like to get to the root of people. Because, you know, with you being in such a high position, a lot of people just see the surface level of who you are instead of the underlining Boyd K. Rutherford that you are. So let me just say it's nice to meet you, and I'm really excited for this conversation to progress.
Well, it's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And just
it's great to be back on the HeartSmiles this morning. It is still morning, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. For this video chat. I enjoyed the last time I was on. We had some little technical difficulties then. We're having slight ones now. At least I am. I'm not able to see you all for some reason, but I believe you can see me, and so that's good. You know, the last time we spoke, it was before the governor proposed the roadmap to recovery, or trying to, you know, get to some new sense of normal, slowly but cautiously. The thing that we have been looking at mostly over the last, and actually really since the beginning of the pandemic and the crisis that we're still facing, was the amount of hospitalizations. The big concern that we had is we didn't want to be in the situation that Italy and New York City found themselves in, where their hospitals and healthcare systems were being overwhelmed by the number of patients. And you may have heard people say that we wanted to try to flatten the curve. What they meant by that was we didn't want to have a sudden spike of everyone being sick and severely ill at the same time. And so then you don't have enough hospital space, you don't have enough ICU beds, intensive care beds, ventilators. You may have heard, you know, early on, the mayor or the governor of New York calling for additional ventilators because they were concerned about the big surge that was taking place, and those were needed for people who are in severe conditions. And so the aggressive actions that we took in the state, that the governor implemented, controlling the size of organizations or gatherings, also closing non-essential businesses, that had effect, we believe, in slowing the spread. We still have a lot of people that are getting ill. There's no question about that. The coronavirus is still very real. It's very contagious, and there are a lot of people still getting ill. It has a substantial effect on those of us who are older. But we are starting to see there's a new inflammatory ailment that is affecting young people that is related to the coronavirus. And so that is raising some concerns. Right now, it's still rare, but it is a concern that we really didn't see before. We started to see it in New York a couple of weeks ago, and we've had some cases now here. And unfortunately, a teenager from Baltimore County recently lost her life to this ailment. And she's the first person under 19 years old, under 20 years old, really, to pass in the state. And so we are concerned about that. But we've been taking a lot of aggressive actions, as well as increasing testing. We're up to over 10,000 tests per day of individuals. We've increased the amount of personal protection equipment that we've been purchasing for the localities, as well as for our healthcare professionals. We're implementing aggressive contact tracing. And what that is, for those who are not familiar with contact tracing, it's where we find a person who tests positive for the virus. There's a discussion with that individual in terms of what were your travels over the last 5 days? Who did you come in close contact with over the last 5 days? Family, friends, and then start to contact those people that they were in close contact with to either say that you need to get tested, or if you can, isolate yourself for a 14-day period, particularly if they're not showing any symptoms. But a person who doesn't show symptoms can pass on the virus to somebody else. And that's kind of that hidden danger that we've been
Yeah.
seeing. So
Yes, thank you
it
so
sounds
much.
like somebody wants to ask a question. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. Before we start fully and everything, because we are on very limited time at the moment, we only have around
Sure.
30 minutes. So could you introduce yourself for those who don't know you or
Oh, I'm
may have not
sorry.
known you before?
I'm sorry. Thank you very much. I'm sorry about that. I am Boyd Rutherford. I am the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Maryland.
All right, and for those of you who may not know, what does the like lieutenant governor do?
Uh-oh.
So like the lieutenant governor works alongside the actual governor, and it's just also the highest ranking next to the governor in the state of Maryland, and he works with the governor on different issues, and just stands in the governor's place when he's not there, or just works with him and making things change in the state of Maryland, and just make executive decisions like that.
Right. Right. The only constitutional duty that I have is really to stand in the place of the governor when he is unable to either perform or where he he cannot act. It's the succession plan that was put in place a number of years ago to make sure that there is a continuity of government. Government continues. During this pandemic, the governor is focused 100% of his time on the pandemic. And so the day-to-day operations of state government have been relinquished over to me to make decisions in terms of how we deliver our goods and services to the public and what we do, particularly non-corona related, but of course it carries over.
All right. And to set the tone for the meeting, so this meeting, it will be more of a about you. We will have time to talk about the virus and the COVID and everything like that, but we want to get to know you as the lieutenant governor, and what is your ideal for the state of Maryland, and why did you even become the lieutenant governor, or why did you even start it as a practice? So I will switch it over to Kamaya right now. So
I'd just like to say this once. Our heartbeats like to get very personal, including me and Jamira. So if at any point in time you feel uncomfortable with the question, just let us know. We can switch gears. Is that okay?
Yeah, I have no problem telling people that I'm uncomfortable or I don't want to answer that question.
Okay.
So don't worry about it. Just go ahead and ask away.
So my first question is, how does it feel being African American and having such a powerful position in the field that's dominated by the Caucasian race?
I guess to a certain extent, pride, but I don't get caught up in that. I mean, I'm proud when I sit back and think about, accomplishments and being in the room and, look at my past and my history and think about my family and all. But it's not something I think about on a day-to-day basis. And I said this at a Morgan graduation a couple of years ago. And I gave this example of how when I was working in sales, this was many years ago before you all were born and probably when your parents were kids. I remember another salesperson giving a story about going to an area. I was living in California at the time, going to an area called Bakersfield, which is north of Los Angeles. It's a Dutch oil town, overwhelmingly a white community. And he just felt uncomfortable going there to make a sales call. So he decided to take a white guy with him, and he said to me that, I took such and such with me, you know what I mean? And I said, no, I don't. I said, because when I walk into the room, they know that I'm Black. I know I'm Black. So if somebody has a problem with that, that's their problem. That's not my problem. I'm there to sell a solution that's going to help their business out. If they can't accept that, then that's their problem. And I'm going to look at the fact that I lost the sale, I didn't get the sale. Maybe there was something I didn't do that I can perfect my sales technique to be better. But I'm not going to get caught up in being, I'm not going to self-defeat. I'm not going to walk in feeling that I am there's something different, that I'm going to go in there, who I am. It's up to them to deal with me, not for me to deal with them.
Yes, thank you. I understand that whole entire thing. But like really with that just being African American and African American male with such a high position and everything, I know you being black is not really like the main thing at all, but it comes with issues. And with Maryland, there are a
Oh, yeah.
lot of like it comes with many issues. And like in Maryland, there are a lot of different like people with different opinions. And I know you being black and you may not have that many issues and everything, but what comes with it, what comes with being black, it comes with like many different issues, and we really just want to know that like what are you doing as a black man, using your power and your wisdom and changing the community and changing the outlook of black men that will come after you and trying to get like higher positions like yourself, like you being
Well,
black.
one is that you talk to people. Like I mentioned, being able to talk to the graduates at Morgan about what they're going to face and how, I think that they should approach their ventures to their next chapters in life, be it business world or further education or in scientific or whatever, or education, whatever they're planning to do. To be assured that they have prepared themselves for the opportunities that they face, that they will be role models as they go forward. And the same when I've had the opportunity to speak to high school students and community college students and kids to know that they're moving forward and they are prepared for the opportunities and don't let things stand in their way. In terms of on a local level, working with small entrepreneurs to make sure they have opportunities and understand where the opportunities are. Because I think that is a key to economic development in the communities, job creation, is the local small businesses. The small African-American businesses are more likely to hire other African-Americans and more likely to be in the communities. And so it's supporting and helping these individuals to move forward, which is going to help the community grow, it's going to help the city grow, and in turn help the state. So those are some of the things that I've particularly focused on, not just the young people, but also the young entrepreneurs who are setting out that they're going to create something that they can sell, either a service or a product that will benefit the community in terms of job creation, tax base, and stabilization and ownership. Ownership is key. Owning the business, owning your property, owning your house, that is very important.
Could you share a time where you help someone become like the better version of themselves and just help them get to the next level? Like, do you have
Well,
any like?
in terms of one business, and I try to remember Rashad Aziz's business. He's over on North Avenue now, and he's producing masks and gowns for the state, personal protective equipment. But his original venture with Made in Be More is the clothing line that he has been doing. And we were able to help in terms of getting some funding for the new facility on North Avenue. He originally started at the city garage over in South Baltimore, Port Covington area. And now he's opened his facility. He's finished the construction over on North Avenue, and they're producing some of these gowns and material there. He started with basically helping young people develop an entrepreneurial spirit. They were selling, and they still are, I believe, these sorbet carts that had been around in various places at some of the festivals last year. I worked with them to allow them to be able to sell the sorbet in front of our state building over in West Baltimore, the 301 Preston Street area. And they're growing from there. And it's hiring local people, a lot of young people, teenagers, teaching them an entrepreneurial spirit, but also hiring people. So that's one example where we've worked. And we've worked with community associations, Squeaky Kirk and his community program over in West Baltimore, working with them as well. So there's been, various individuals we've touched and some that just don't come to mind right now.
Thank
Oh,
you
and
so
just
much.
recently, and I would say just recently, working with the Ark Church and the ministers' conference in getting a donation of frozen chicken that came from Purdue and was distributed to over 40 churches to distribute in their communities to those individuals who, were suffering from some food shortages. And they were not just in the Baltimore area, but people came up from Prince George's County, Howard, and Calvert County, and Baltimore County as well.
Yep, that's nice to hear. Thank you for that.
As Lieutenant Governor, how would you critique the job you've done serving the state of Maryland? And is there anything that you would do differently, or is there anything that you would change?
I will say I've done the best job I could. In terms of anything that I might do differently, I may try to stay away from some of the debates on social media, because you have to realize you're not going to satisfy everyone, and everyone is not privileged to the same information that I may have, and you can't really explain complicated issues in a 140-letter tweet. So that would be something that I could, probably change. You always want to explain something to someone. You want to, talk to them and say, well, this is why a decision was made, or these are really the things that were being considered in making this decision that you may disagree with. And it's okay to disagree. The challenge is you should be able to disagree without being disagreeable. So that I would change that.
All right. Thank you so much for that. I wanted to ask, like, personally, since I live in Baltimore City, as well as many of the heartbeats and everything, just many people I know, and most of my family, we live in Baltimore City, and I'm from Baltimore City. In Baltimore
Mhm.
City, you have like a lot of different challenges, which I'm sure you're very like aware of, like poverty, just like different kinds of food. There's just so much like violence and many different things, and even down to the school system, the Baltimore City public schools and everything. I wanted to ask, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing to change those things? And what, like, the amount of power you have, are you like using that power to go into the community, and have you been into the community and saw those things hands on and try to work to change those things? And like, do you have
Yes,
like a
I have. Yes,
on
I
the
have.
government?
I've probably been in Baltimore communities more than any other community in the state. Just before the Corona shutdown, I'll call it, I did a Pennsylvania Avenue tour with a number of the local community associations. We started at the Arch Social Club, which is right there at Penn and North, and walked down there to look at some of the issues and talk about the issues they were confronting, particularly the concentration of methadone clinics and what it attracts there, the challenges in terms of getting sufficient, police coverage, what the state can do, what can happen, how we can help with some of the zoning over there. I mentioned, Squeaky Kirk's, the Ruth Kirk Community Association, which is or Community Center, which is over in West Baltimore. Back in 2014, when the governor and I were first running for office, I was invited to speak to a mentoring group, One More, One Less mentoring group. And they had a Saturday morning program in West Baltimore near Walbrook Junction, and went over there and spoke to a group of kids at that time, and talking to the gentleman who was running the little community center, Kenny Ebron, and who I'm still in touch with, and talked about what is it that, how can we get the information that we have as we're running for office to this community. And he basically said, just come out. And that's what we did. We had a community barbecue there, cooking hot dogs and other things, potato chips and sodas. And we gave it to anybody who came up. Didn't matter who you were. Didn't matter if you were a kid, adult, or whatever. Talked to people. Brought our campaign bus there, and that started a relationship with that community that had, just spawned to other relationships, which I mentioned with Squeaky Kirk's group. We've had annual Christmas events over there. But as well, I just told you about being up on North Avenue with Pastor Carter, Bishop Carter and his group. And I've been to many of the churches in the city in terms of talking to, getting them involved a lot more, because they're anchor institutions. When businesses have moved, when people have moved, these churches are still there. And so, trying to get them to get a little bit more involved in their communities as well. The Men and Youth program with Leon Purcell over near Hopkins in East Baltimore. I've been working with them over the last several years. I can continue to talk about being in the city, more than, like I said, any other location in the state other than the office in Annapolis or just home. That I am constantly here. In terms of schools, I have met several times with Dr. Sandelices, and before the corona shut down the schools, we were working on expanding a vocational program, a trade program in the schools, would be focused on kids from 9 to, starting with probably 10th grade kids, and bringing in a program that would be sponsored by the National Home Builders Association, teaching these young people trades that are in high demand, that can start somebody off, an 18-year-old, start them off at about $20 an hour in an apprenticeship or a pre-apprenticeship program in one of the trades that are needed. We've moved away from, folks going into these trades, construction trades, the electricians, carpenters, plumbers, things of that nature, which pay a very good wage, which can lead also to entrepreneurship. And we moved away from it, trying to force everyone to be college bound, and everyone doesn't want to go to college. And what we found nationally and in this state as well is we have a shortage of those skilled professionals, a shortage of those carpenters and plumbers, electricians. And so what I was doing with the home builders, after hearing of their program and the fact that they would provide the equipment as well as instructors, and all they needed was the space, I brought them in with the superintendent and talked to them about establishing a program as starting with a pilot here in Baltimore and possibly expanding it to other schools. And we were in the process of about to launch it when everything just, shut down because of this pandemic that we're confronting. So that is a more of a long-term solution as far as helping out, kids who may want to do more things with their hands and can come out and make good money right away. And they can help build their own community. So that's one of many things that we're doing, particularly in Baltimore City.
Thank you. We have a lot of comments. We have a lot of questions in the comments, so I just like to turn it over to Ms. Joni. I also like to ask, is it okay if your email address, if I have your email address, so that all of the questions that we didn't get to, we can email them to you and you can answer them?
Sure. LT.
Oh, no. Don't give it out. Don't give it out on here. Don't give it out on here. People who watch later, we don't want anybody texting you willy-nilly being crazy. You can just give it to Miss Joni, and Miss Joni will give it to me, and I'll be able to tell you the questions that we didn't get to. So
Yeah.
you can turn it over to Miss Joni and answer some questions in the comments.
That's cool. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you, because the comment section is going off. First of all, thank you, Lieutenant. The kids are really connecting with you, so you got a lot. I'm gonna just ask you just a few. And people
Okay.
seem to be concerned about Corona too. Nevaeh says, do you believe that we have enough supplies to be able to test people in Baltimore City?
Yes. Now, when we say test people, I'm not saying we're going to test all 600,000 people that live in the city, because it's only a one-time. You got to think of the test as a snapshot in time. So I could test today negative, but that doesn't mean in another 3 or 4 days I don't contract it from somebody else. So what we started off doing was testing people who were showing symptoms. And so you would call your doctor, or you're in the hospital, or whatever the case may be. But usually you would call your doctor. The doctor would say, based on what you're saying, it sounds like you have symptoms that you should be tested. And so that was what we were doing up until this week. Now we're saying, okay, if you want to be tested, you can go to one of these sites that we've opened up, that you can go without a doctor's, a slip or referral, that you can be tested. Right now, the people we test, about 80% of the people do not have the virus. So, you think about it from a standpoint, there is cost associated with every test, just the test itself, the personnel aspect. So 20% have it, which, it's very serious, and we make sure that we find the people who have it, and then, like I said, that contact tracing. But we have enough tests now that we can test people who think that they may have contracted it, that they can go out and be tested. Like I said, before it was just what a doctor's note or doctor's referral. Now it's for anyone who thinks they may have contracted it. But you, as a person that does not have any reason to think that you've contracted it, it's probably not a good idea to go get a test. It's if you think you may have.
Okay. Poet wants to know about the prices. She says, are these tests going to be affordable? And what about people with no insurance, or people who are homeless? Will they be able to have access?
Yeah, well, people with no insurance, if it's due to economic reasons, they have, Medicaid will pay for those tests. And the same would go for the homeless person. Medicaid will pay for it, or the state will pay for, well, the state pays most of Medicaid anyway. Those with insurance, their insurance will pay for it. We've so far been, the state has been picking up the cost of the tests so far. So yes, it will be something that can be, if you're going to one of the state testing sites, yes, it's going to be affordable. We're opening up the allowing CVS and Walgreens and places of that nature to perform tests. Those will be probably going to be looking for insurance or Medicaid to do that. But the state tests is something that we'd be picking that up, we as the taxpayers.
Okay, and I'm gonna just read one more question from the comments before I turn it back over to Kamaya. Ma wants to know, do you honestly feel in your heart that we will be able to go back to our original lives? Will we ever be able to be exposed to our past life, or will we never be the same again after this?
That's a very good question. I do feel I'm an optimistic person. Okay, let me say that I look at things as, I look to the possibilities and not to what the negative. As I just mentioned, when the first question with regard to being an African American in this position, I'm optimistic. I do believe we'll get to a point where we're able to live our lives pretty much the way we did before. I do think we'll have a greater awareness of what can happen in terms of viruses and pandemics. I think people are going to be much more conscious of just simple hygiene, the stuff that you should learn as a kid. Wash your hands, things of that nature. But I think it's going to take some time. And I think the main factor is we get a vaccine of some sort, similar to polio vaccine, similar to, the annual flu shots. We as a world, and we as a world, as a human race, have had pandemics since the beginning of time. It's just a question of having the technology to be able to address that. My assistant just passed over to me, the question about the community testing. The community testing is free. So there's no charge associated with the new testing in the community sites that we've established. So again, I think we will get back there, and I think the main is going to get a vaccine as well as a treatment regimen for the virus.
Thank you so much. We got so many more questions. They want to blow your email up with other questions that we didn't get to ask.
Well, it's going to take some time to everybody. Can't get it done. I don't have a big staff, so we won't be able to get them done like right away. So just be patient, and we'll get back to you.
Whenever you can. I'll go ahead and turn it over to Kamaya, because I know we only have you for like a few more minutes or so.
Okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to say, we really appreciate you coming on here and giving your insight and allowing us to know you intimately as a man instead of a superior.
Well, you didn't quite get intimate, but
well, yeah, not intimate, but
I'm
we are really excited to get these questions over to you, and I just had one more quick question for you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
How do you balance being a businessman with being a family man? Because I did my research on you, and I know that you have 3 adult children. So how do you balance being a family man and a businessman?
Yeah, there is a balance there. There's stress at home, and so you have to balance that. But in this job in particular, the balance I think is a little easier, because as Lieutenant Governor, I'm Lieutenant Governor officially when I'm in the office, when I'm doing official things. But when I go home, I'm back to being a husband, a father, an owner of a dog, a homeowner, and all the stuff that comes with that. I still do shopping. I have to go to the grocery store. I got to walk the dog. I got to pick up the dog's poop. So it's, you deal with that. You're still who you've always been when I walk in that door. And so that helps to balance, and I try not to bring as much of, whatever might stress me at work home. Of course, I do discuss things with my wife, but, I try not to bring anything that really frustrates me, to take it out on her. She's got enough that she, can fuss at me about things that I don't do. So yeah, it's the benefit is I go home at night, and so I go home to my family. Our kids no longer in the house, which is a good thing. You're supposed to move out at some point. You're supposed to. The birdies are supposed to leave the nest. My wife didn't always feel that way. I think she still doesn't quite feel that way. But they're supposed to leave. They're supposed to go out on their own. Be independent. So, so it's good. It works out.
Thank you so much for your time. We know that you're a busy man, and we're gonna get those questions to you as soon as possible. And warning, there most likely will be a lot. So, we're gonna try our best not to them.
Yeah, if there are multiple questions that are the same thing, we'll try to just, answer them in groups and try to respond to people in groups. If there's like similar questions that ask the same thing, we'll group them together and respond that way. So we'll do our best to get back to everyone.
All right. And thank you so much again, Mr. Rutherford. But one last thing, as we ask every guest that we have on our success sessions, if you could leave with a jewel to anybody that may watch this, what would you say? So what is your jewel for today, and your jewel going forward in life?
Well, you know that all of you have and will have opportunities to do tremendous things. The question is identifying and recognizing those opportunities when they present themselves. Positive opportunities. You're always going to have negative opportunities, but positive opportunities. And don't let other people burden you with, as I say, their baggage, telling you you can't do something. You can't do this because of this, that, or the other. Where you're from, because of your race, because you don't have money, because you don't have this or you don't have that. Don't let other people, their baggage, their trauma bring you down. You will have opportunities, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Just the fact that you all are here shows that you're moving in a positive direction, and that positivity is infectious on others. On your friends that may not be participating in this type of program, but the people you come in contact with. So, just be positive, continue, working in a positive way, continue doing your schoolwork, listen to your parents and those folks that you truly respect. And like what they used to say when I was a kid, what my parents would tell me is you do have to be careful of your acquaintances and friends, because sometimes you'll have folks around you that don't necessarily have your best interests at heart. And so you need to try to surround yourself with positive people that are trying to move in the same direction that you are. Now, that I don't want to say that you dump, some buddies that you grew up with, but you'll learn that some of them are going in a different direction than where you are, and it may not be a positive direction that you're going into. And so you'll have to make some decisions that they can still be your friends, but you just can't hang out with them because of what they do and what's going on. And they'll understand that. And if they don't understand, they're not your friends. It's just as simple as that. They're not your friends. But I am still very close to a lot of the guys I grew up with. And there were some that, made choices that were not very positive, that moved into a different direction. And, the ones who are fortunate enough to survive are, we're still friends. And then many of them who made, the right decisions, positive decisions, we're very close and still friends today. So that's it. The main thing is you will have opportunities to do great things. The world is changing in a very positive way. And don't let other people burden you with their old baggage. Just keep moving.
That's powerful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
If you guys in the comments have any questions, you can get them to me and I'll get them to Miss Lieutenant Governor Boyd. Thank you for your time today.
Yes, and we won't have just anybody getting your email. Miss Joni is very serious in who she sends.
About who she gives emails out to.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're going to get you back for part 3 one time because you dropped so many jewels. Thank you so much, Lieutenant. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye. See you, Kamaya. See you, Mira. Y'all did an amazing job. Thank y'all so much.
You're welcome.
Y'all, didn't they do a good job? They did an amazing job. They did a great job. I'm so proud of them, man. And y'all, Lieutenant was dropping so many jewels, wasn't he? He was dropping so many jewels. It was great. It was absolutely amazing. So, so what we're gonna do is, Kamaya is gonna get all of the questions and stuff that we didn't get to ask, and y'all had some amazing questions. So thank y'all so much for that. Kamaya is going to get all the questions that we didn't get to ask, and she's going to get that email sent over to the lieutenant so that we could get those questions answered. But I did an amazing job. There she go, Miss Money Mo.
Hey,
What's up? How you doing?
good. How are you?
I'm blessed. I can't complain at all.
That's good. That's good.
Sorry we ran a little bit into your time. That they was going off, and Lieutenant was dropping all these jewels on us. Like,
It's okay. It's okay.
yo,
I understand.
yo, when he said the fact that y'all here, I could have lost my whole soul.
Pass out.
I could have lost my whole soul. I'm like, yo, that's what we be saying. Like, yo, this where you start. Like, yo, the fact that you're doing something positive. And when he talked about how not all your friends are going to be able to come with you, sometimes you got to make some of those hard decisions.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about that almost every day.
Every day.
We talk about that almost every day. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's so many similarities with successful people. When you talk to successful people, like some of the basic things always get repeated, always come up as themes. And the fact that he said that, like when Mira asked him his jewels, and then he said, I'm like, wow, I love this man.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah. We definitely gonna need like a part 3. Like he's too amazing.
I feel like everybody just gets like a sequel and then like another sequel and then another sequel. Like all the guest mentors that we've had so far.
You're right. Because we definitely had some banging speakers, some banging mentors. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey y'all.
Yeah. I'm super excited for tomorrow though, y'all. Tomorrow we got Jordan.
Yeah.
That's the one I've been waiting for. I'm super excited.
You're going to have a good day tomorrow because you're going to have Jordan and then you're going to have your Tupac versus Biggie.
Oh, yeah. We're going to settle that whole Tupac versus Biggie. We're going to settle that tomorrow. No, King Core, not part 2. Today was part 2 because we had him on before y'all really started rocking with us like that. So today was actually part 2. His first one when he was on Ma, the general interviewed him. So if we bring him on again, it'll be part 3. Yeah.
That's crazy. Can you still? Oh, they still talking about questions, baby. Angel, I cannot answer that question. Can you still have more people to do vaccine? I don't know nothing about any of that. That is for the lieutenant governor, I assume.
Yeah, that's definitely. Angel, was you on the other day when we had Dr. Josh Sharfstein? He could have answered that question, but definitely make sure that question get on Kamaya's list to send to him.
Absolutely. You ready?
Yeah, man. What we doing today?
We're gonna talk about cycles today. Actually, Amaya is gonna be heading this show.
The poet?
Yes, poet's gonna.
Yeah, one of my faves. Hey, poet. Okay.
Yeah. So we just want to get started. She's gonna come in a few minutes. She said that she had to take care of something.
Okay.
She will come in a few minutes.
That's cool. I love that. Kamaya Success Sessions, you might have to scroll up, baby girl.
Scroll up.
I know, because she's like, well, so can they put the questions in the DMs? Yo, you know how our people be, yo.
That is negative.
You know how our people be, yo. You might have to scroll up, baby girl. It's too many. I couldn't even keep up though.
Honestly, and you gonna have to scroll up and don't try to do it later on when the live is over because that's gonna make it harder because then it only goes back but so far. So you got a screenshot and then
I don't even fool with that no more.
Do it now. Do it right now, Kamaya, and take them screenshots right now because you're gonna be sad later. I promise. Trust me. This happened to me. And I was scrolling through the time and I was like, it only shows like a few at a time. So yeah, do that now, honey. All right. So question for the day, question of the day. If you could eliminate one thing from your daily routine, what would it be and why? I can start. That's for everybody, of course. So this is gonna sound real like bad, but just hear me out. Hear me out. If I could eliminate one thing from my daily routine, I would eliminate the waking up part. Not actually waking up. Like, of course, I wanna wake up on the next day. I want to be alive. But I would wake up like I would eliminate the process of waking up because I really just have to change it just in general. But like I'm a snoozer. So like I'll set my alarm for like a time and I'll be like, nope, not yet. Nope, not yet. And it just takes me a long time to get up. That's why my alarms be dumb early, like dumb early, because I need a whole like hour to get up. So I would eliminate that because I would just want to be up, go to sleep, and then just be wake up, dressed, ready, all that. So yeah. Ms. Joni.
This one is really hard for me because I'm very much a routine person. And everything in my routine is needed. Like, so my first immediate answer would be like, yo, I wouldn't eliminate anything because I need every bit of part of my routine in order to set me up for a successful day. But I guess if I really, really, really if I had no choice but to eliminate something, when we get off of quarantine and if the routine gets somewhat back to normal, then I would eliminate the commute in terms of me driving. Like I would want to be a backseat person so I can still listen to my book or whatever, because 9 times out of 10, like on my commute, that's when I'm listening to my audio books or, whatever educational thing I'm going to get into or whatever. I would still want that time to do that, but I wouldn't be driving. I would just be in the backseat. So I would eliminate whatever commute I had.
So you getting a driver after quarantine is over?
No, I mean, no, I'm still gonna be, what it was, but I'm just saying, if I could, just kind of hypothetically speaking, if I could have a driver, I would. Like I'm not pressed about driving because there's so many things that I need to be doing while I'm driving. Like,
yeah. You're right. I get it. I see it. John said no. Bree said sleeping, but like not as much because I sleep a lot. I got you. So you just want to sleep less. Like make sure you're not oversleeping. John said I would. Hey John, hey Bree. John said I would eliminate me taking the dog out because that's like a 15-minute process right after I wake up. Absolutely, John. Yeah, same. I would eliminate taking my dog out too, because like, why can't she just open the door and go outside by herself? Corey said, hey Corey, he said, playing the game because I feel like I spent too much time looking at the TV and just wasting time. Yeah, man, that game. Angel said, what if we had less time spending in the house and more time going outside frequently, but still be distancing? That's a good question. I like that follow-up kind of question. So she said, what if we had less time spending in the house and more time going outside frequently? Let me tell you something. If I could not be in this house, I would not be. I am used to leaving this house at some hour in the morning, some early hour in the morning, and not coming back to very late at night. So I would not be in here, and I would probably be doing something with y'all 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10. So yeah, that's what I would be doing if I was outside more frequently. but still be distancing. Okay, maybe that doesn't meet that criteria, but that's what I would be doing. Ms. Joan, you want to answer Angel's question?
Oh, about having more time outside. I mean, I go outside every day, like by myself, because that's just a part of my exercise routine. But me spending time in the house, like as a, the type of introvert that I am, that's actually ideal for me. So like this whole situation is good for me. Not that I don't miss the heartbeats and I don't miss being around a team and all that stuff, because absolutely I do. But like, I'm completely fine being in isolation and being away from people with, being able to, connect in this new way or whatever. But I think just being outside, fresh air, sunlight, and all that is essential to one's survival. But that don't mean that you got to do it with other people. I get as much as I need during my morning hours when hardly nobody is out there, just being able to do whatever it is I want to do. If I'm going to, just meditate, take in some extra fresh breaths or whatever the case may be. But everybody should be outside.
Hey, Maya.
Hi.
Welcome to the party.
Hey, poet. You looking dapper as ever. I'm for real. Give me some of your hair for my sides, girl. I'll be struggling. I need that. Yeah, just cut off a little teeny piece so I can just glue it right here or something, and then put my wavy wave cap over it.
With these, you don't need no brushing. You just slap it on there.
You ain't gonna color it the right color first. You can't just be.
Nope. Long as it's curly.
That's gonna look crazy.
That's fine.
Hair on the side.
That's fine. Look, it can't look no crazier than what I got. Give it to me.
That's gonna look crazy. That brown hair. That's gonna look crazy. What's up, Maya? You want to answer this question, or you want to just get right into it?
If I could eliminate something from my daily routine, probably like the lazing around. Like when I get up, I don't just get up. I got to lay on one side for a second, then turn over to the other side for a second, then sit on the side of the bed like this for a second. Like I would eliminate all that lazing around, just get up and be ready to move.
I had the same answer. I'm with you. I had the same answer. I don't do all that rolling around and stuff, but it's just a long process. Like of getting.
Why? I don't get that. Why?
It's a lot of reasons.
No idea.
It's just a lot of reasons. What you say, Maya? I'm sorry.
So because we lazy, okay, just a little bit, just a little lazy.
Wait. That's not my reason.
No, I'm not saying that we lazy all through the day. It's just like it's a drowsy feeling. Like we wake up and just like, and then you got to go through the questions. Do I really want to get up? But I gotta get up.
What time is this? If this is like 4:30, I got you. What time are you talking about?
I wake up around 7 a.m. every day.
Like 6.
That's crazy. I can see if you're sick, but y'all, oh man, y'all crazy.
I mean,
y'all can't live with me because long go up. Okay, time to get up. I mean, you might get snooze one time on the 10-minute joint, but after that, nah, it's time to go.
Nah, it gets real when you have the multiple alarms. Forget the snooze. I had to do multiple alarms because I got in the habit of like turning my alarm off and not hitting snooze. So like I have to have that backup, and I have to have that backup to the backup just in case my first one.
Well, I got 3: my phone, the clock, and my mother. That's one of the alarms.
That's real too. But the end part, the end result is that we get up and we do what we have to do. May not be immediate, but we do it. We do it. So yeah. All right, Maya, let's go.
They get it. Okay, so today's lesson or session is about cycles. What do you think? What do you think about when you hear a cycle? Well, what I think about is a circle or a wheel or like a pattern that repeats itself.
Yeah, so immediately I think of like a washing machine. Like that's just the initial thought. But yeah, it's still something that like is rotating, still something that's like going around and around and around and around. Miss Joni, anything that you want to add?
Well, unfortunately, I immediately go to like the worst. Like when I hear cycle, I think about generational cycles of poverty, mindset, financial, just poverty. That's what I think about. That's what that word brings to mind for me.
Okay. Next slide, please. Well, the technical definition for a cycle is a series of events that repeat in the same order. Perceptions versus reality. What you think you see and what is actually there, what happens and repeat. It can be family curses involved. Also, what you think, like what you think about might be the situation, but what it actually is, you have to separate the two in order to really get a handle on what is going on and what's happening. Types of cycles: generational, emotional, and mental. Generational cycle is like something your parents or grandparents struggled with, and now you're struggling with it the same. Emotional is your feelings. If you're going through the same feelings you did, let's say last year or the year before that, there's something that's continuing to make you feel that way. Mental, it goes along with like depression or anxiety. Those cycles, it go from an argument, depression to therapy or like harming yourself, God forbid. But though that's a cycle of an example of a cycle of a mental cycle.
Yeah, Maya, and just to add on to what you were saying, that mental aspect is definitely about like that mental health kind of like issue, well, struggle. I'm not gonna say issue, but struggle that you may have with inside of yourself. Just maybe it's like a seasonal or situational depression. So like every spring, maybe you know feel a certain way or feeling down, or maybe something is happening, something is triggering to you every springtime around this year. So yeah, there definitely can be different types of cycles. We're talking about basically, well, Maya's talking about today basically like more like those personalized like cycles. So, yeah, are there any other types of cycles, on a personal level or a systematic level that people can kind of think about or add to this? Because Ms. Joni was saying, like, cycles of like poverty and mindset and things like that. So, if anybody else can think of anything to add to this list, we can talk about them as well.
I would add to that list too, like cycles of addiction. And I know like just for me personally growing up, um, being around that, like my mother was one of seven, and most, not every single one, but most of her siblings was, strung out on drugs, really, really bad, with alcoholics and all that stuff. And I just remember growing up seeing a whole bunch of examples of things that I did not want to be like, things that I did not want to do. And I was determined in my own mind before I could even comprehend what a generational cycle was. I had already made up in my mind that, like, no, that's not going to be me. Like, that's not ever going to be me. So, but I think sometimes some people, when you don't have a vision for your life or a goal for your life, you see that and you automatically think that you're going to be victim to that trap or to whatever that is, just because it runs in your family.
Thank you, Ms. Joni. And I think, we're getting to the point that, like, people have all different types of cycles, like, that may happen in their lives. And it's like things that you wouldn't even like think. There's things that are obvious and very explicit, but there's also things that are happening that you're not really too sure of. And then like things that are happening. That's why that perception versus reality part is important, because we like because we're used to something happening, we might not recognize that it's like having a negative impact on our lives, because we're just used to it. That's what we grew up with. That's what we see every day. That's all we know. So yeah, it's important to kind of just recognize that cycles don't come in a box.
What type of cycles have you been through? I think I would like to start off with Miss Mo. Miss Mo, do you mind telling the type of cycle you've been through?
Yeah, of course. So we're gonna talk about like different examples for the different ones that we gave. So there's generational, for purposes of today, we're going to do like generational, emotional, and mental. So I'm going to start off with like, I guess on the rougher side of the cycle. So as far as generational, I feel like my parents are like great people, and like I come from like a pretty good family, but I think the constant need for like an image, or to portray like an image, I think that's been like passed down to me in order to like sustain a certain image, or just like come off a certain way to certain people, or just like it's just like pressure. It's just a lot of pressure involved. So I think that definitely I operate from that kind of mindset at times. And definitely when I was younger, I operated from that mindset all the time. So just like little things like, why are you wearing that? Why would you want to wear that? People are going to think this about you, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, but like it's really not that bad at the end of the day. So just that constant pressure, that constant need to keep an image up. As far as like emotional, so as far as like putting myself in a position where I felt the same thing. And we were having a conversation about this yesterday, me and Amaya, and she was like, that's the definition of insanity, like doing something over and over again and expecting a different result. So, like a previous relationship that I was in that was happening for a little while, we just kept going back, right? Just kept going back. I was the one to like reach out all the time. I can't recall a time where I wasn't the one to reach out. We would like reconcile, and then it would be all right for like whatever amount of time. So a few days, few months, whatever. And then we would get to the place, the same end result, the same kind of me like being like devastated. Like when I tell you I was devastated, it would always be that same result. And that happened multiple times. It wasn't no once or twice. It was like 5, 4, 4, 5, something like that. So it was that was a kind of emotional cycle that I was going through, because I was just like, oh, well, maybe, it'll be different this time. Maybe it'll be different, and maybe I'll feel different, but ultimately I felt the same. And ultimately I was operating from a certain mindset. I was having expectations that were just that didn't exist. So yeah, that would be like an emotional cycle for me. And then as far as like I guess that mental cycle, like constantly like trying to overcome, like telling yourself that you're not enough. Just to summarize it, just yeah, coming from a place where you think that you're not enough, whether it be in any situation, and thinking that things are your fault. Amaya.
I will say my story generational. It kind of leads down from my great grandmother to my mother to me. So we've all had our trials and tribulations with men. Um, my grandmother, my great grandmother, um, was, I don't want to say the abuser, but she did not have no slack for men, like in their problems. She did not want to deal with it. So then when it came to my mother is more of a softer person. She's not really as hardcore on a real front. So her relationships with my father and my stepfather were pretty bad because both of them were abusive in a certain type of way. And it's really, now thinking about it, it really is like how delusional, not delusional, but how blind of a point that she put on to say, oh, I'm a fine, or no, that didn't happen. You saw that wrong, you know? And it's just like, back then, it was just like, well, I seen this happen to my mother, but that was just what parents do. That was just how the relationship happened. And so then now to me, um, I've been in abusive relationships. I've been in two as well as my mother. We have my mother did get pregnant by my father, who was her first abusive relationship. I as well got pregnant by my first abusive relationship, and my mother, after I was born, um, suffered from a miscarriage as well as myself. When my first son, did not make it, I suffered from a miscarriage a year afterwards. It was hard because my mother didn't really have these discussions with me. She would just say, "Oh, you don't want to be in a relationship like that. That's not healthy," and then just leave it at that. She would never tell me, explain to me what was happening, why this was happening, and why wasn't it good. So I just kind of fell into the same cycle um, as she did, and yeah. So that's a generational. I'm gonna skip the emotional for a second and go down to the mental. I remember when I was a little girl, I was not really a girly girl. I would always be in a boy group, like with the regular boys, and all the girls would get mad at me because I did not want to hang out with them because I just didn't like that type of things. And I remember one time I was playing on the playground, and a group of girls they came up to me and they pushed me down on the ground. They spit on me and said that God don't like ugly. And that really impacted my way of thinking because to me that made them seem, excuse me, um, it made them, it made me seem like they was talking about me like I was the ugly one. So I think that that was the first thought. Oh, maybe I am ugly, and it transpired from there because the older you get, the more people are looking at you and judging you for anything that you do. So I think that that was my first encounter with thinking about, oh, well, am I ugly? Am I really ugly? Um, and now going back to the emotional, I really had to grow up at a certain point after the experiences that I've had, and it was very emotional for me because I would always say that it was my fault. I'm the person who did it, and then my depression would get very low to the point where I would self harm. And it was really a struggle for me saying that, oh, it's not my fault. It was so and so fault for this, that, and the third thing. I would always blame myself for things that I did not even have no part of, no control over. And I really had to step up and take a step back as well to look back on what I've done and what has happened to me and around me, and say that that situation was not your fault. That situation could have been controlled a different way, but you were not the one controlling. Um, you could have, yes, you could have did this, that, and the third thing, but that wouldn't have helped the outcome. So I just really had to talk to myself and say, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to want to show emotion for this, that, and the third thing. But you automatically have to be this person, this soldier, because sometimes it ain't gonna be such a happy ending. And sometimes you're not gonna want to show him your emotion in front of him, her, or who it's. So you have to not put up a wall, but put on an armor to say, oh, I can deal with this right now, but I'm also going to need my time to go back into wherever I feel safe and take the time I need. That's as well why I got a therapist in the first place, because I think that it's good to talk about something that is bothering you. Sometimes your friends can't help, family members can't help, but you got to have that one person that you know that you can trust. And sometimes it's not even just talking. Sometimes whatever you're going through could be a medical issue. So I advise everyone to get a therapist, even if you think you don't need it. Sometimes it's best to rule out all options. Miss Joni, do you have any input? Do you want to tell anything that's happened around you in cycles?
Yeah, sure. And I can't wait for y'all to get to some of these questions because y'all got some deep questions. But for me, right, thinking about this, and I swear I was thinking really hard. I actually have the opposite problem, like when it comes to cycles, right? So if you look at me and you look at, like people in my family, and I'm not saying like my immediate family, because we tight, my immediate, which is my mom, my brother, and my sister. But I'm nothing like nobody else like in my family. And that is on purpose. This is not to say bad about, anybody, but like that is on purpose. And one thing that, my mother used to always say about me is that I just cut people in situations off way too fast. And I think that that's even present now, like in my life, and just thinking about this whole idea of cycles and being caught up in something. I just never even allowed myself to do it. And thinking about it and reflecting now, like I don't even know if that's a good thing now, if that's a good thing or it's a bad thing. I know that for me, my mindset, when I would see a situation and I knew that I didn't want to be in the situation, my immediate mindset was just like, oh, let me just get out. Like, I don't even care what could happen. I'm not worrying about fixing nothing. I don't need no closure, none of that. Like, just let me be and let me be gone. And then I'm on to whatever the next step or the next situation was, without any closure, without any talk, without, nothing. So I don't know if that, stunted, something as far as, like my emotional or whatever, which is, why I don't easily get emotionally attached, or even when I do, it's easy for me to emotionally detach. Like, I don't know what that is, but like, I've never found myself in cycles. The closest thing that I can relate to this, and this is the thing that used to hurt me the most, it don't anymore, but it used to hurt me the most. And that was me not having a relationship with my father. That used to be the only subject in my life that I would not ever, ever talk about. And I would not talk about it purposefully because I didn't want to allow myself to feel that hurt that I felt. And I remember this one time, my mother she had called me because I was planning this trip to California. And my brother, who had been searching for him all his life, had found out that that's where he had moved back to, California, and that where we were going to be staying at, our hotel situation and stuff, was literally like right next to where he lived. And my mother had called me. I'm a grown person by this time, y'all. I wasn't in my 30s, but I was definitely like in my late 20s, like 28, 29. She called me. I had to leave out my office, go down to like the basement part of the building to have that conversation with her, because that's how emotional I was. Like, it brought tears to my, like, we hadn't even really had a full conversation, but I was just so emotionally backed up, because for every year of my life up until I was 25, I said, oh, he gonna call me on my birthday. Oh, he gonna call me on Christmas. Like, that was something I did religiously, like every single day. And finally, when I turned 25 and my phone ain't rang, I said, yo, he don't care about me. And then that's when I decided to just kind of make peace. Had a mental funeral in my head. Like, yo, I don't want to hear about this ninja. I don't want to talk about this ninja. If somebody called me and say, you know, that he died or whatever, okay, fine. Keep whatever money, or if he decided to acknowledge us, like, but I remember my mother when she called me, and I was just like, yo, like, I was just so emotionally distraught. And I was like, man, I can't even talk about this right now, because that's how hurtful it was. But I told her, don't get that ninja my phone number. Don't get that ninja no identification information for him to come up. Don't tell him where I'm staying. None of that, because I didn't want to deal with it. And I just left that right there where it was. But in terms of cycles, like me for all those years thinking that he was going to call me, like, that definitely was a cycle. And it was a dangerous cycle, because that was how I learned how to tuck my emotions in and allow myself to not feel, because that hurt so bad and I didn't want to feel that.
Thank you, Amaya and Miss Joni, for being able, number one, because I think it can be very hard to like label it as a cycle depending on what it is. So being able to name it and recognize it, but also just to, you know, be able to explain it and like how you were able to like how you were when you were going through it and how you are now, particularly from Miss Joni, like on the other side of it. So thank y'all for sharing it. Amaya, we gotta answer these questions, love. Well, you gotta answer these questions, love.
Okay, I'm ready.
So Isis, oh nope, sorry. John said, how do you stop your perceptions from interfering with actual reality without disappointment? Wow, John,
Can you read the question one more time?
that's a question right there, baby. He said, how do you stop your perceptions from interfering with actual reality without disappointment?
For me, I try not to get my hopes up too much. Like, reality is not everything is going to work out the way you want it to. That's why you always got to be flexible in your plans or any situation that you're in, because no guarantee that's going to happen on the dot every time. So, not that getting your hopes up is a bad thing, but for me not to feel so disappointed and to feel so let down, as a way of protecting my emotion, I don't get too much hope up. Like, I say, oh yeah, like Miss Joni and her father's phone call. Like, I went through the same thing, and I'd be like, he's gonna call me, but when he don't, I'd be like, okay, that was that, and I don't have any control over that, because that's something I can't control. If he wanna call me, he call me. If he don't, then he don't. I don't get my hopes up too much until I know all the information about what's going to happen, or everything that I know for a fact is going to go into my way.
Yeah, thank you, Maya. That was a good response to that question. And I'm just going to add one thing. I think there's power in words, right? So just asking, like, depending on what the situation is, if you find yourself like conjuring up some type of perception, and I'm still learning this to this day, but just asking, like, is this what's happening? And is this what's actually happening? Like, whether you're asking somebody, you know, that's looking at it happen, or if you're asking the actual person that's doing it, like, just asking, like, is this what's going on? It depends on the situation with that, though.
And sometimes you gotta ask yourself, is this really what I want to do? Is this what I'm doing? That is
Absolutely. um Isis said, if you were in a cycle, if you were in a cycle and wanted to communicate to someone that you were in a personal relationship with, what delivery method would you suggest to hinder potential conflict?
So she asked me, like, if I were in a relationship, let's just say I'm in a relationship with you and I have baggage that I want to tell you, but I don't know how to say it. Is that what she asked me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And like, so how would you tell me without creating a problem?
Well, I would just basically say, we need to have a conversation. I would like to tell you some things, whether we get on the phone, meet in person, whichever you would like. I also believe in every relationship has baggage, but that's just me personally. I think that you should relay that to your partner. Hey, I got some baggage. You can accept me with this baggage, or we can talk it out and you can say your views. But I need to tell you this because I need to get this off my chest. You let them give you the respect to have the reason to talk. Don't let them talk over you. Don't let them yell or get all hype or anything. Let them give you the respect you need to talk and air it all out. Don't be afraid. I mean, yes, they might get upset with whatever the baggage is, but ultimately, either they're going to accept you or they won't. And if they won't, then they wasn't supposed to be in your life in the first place.
I definitely agree, especially on that piece. Like, if they're not trying to receive what you're openly and honestly trying to tell them, and have an open, honest conversation about it, then all right, see you. Sorry, because like I think it's important to understand each other, like the good stuff, the things that you love about one another, but also the things that may be, may come up and may cause some issues in the future. So yeah, definitely, Maya. Thank you.
As well as give them their space to say their opinions on what's problem. Because I know a lot of times people can't go back and forth over something that didn't need to turn into an argument.
Yep. Absolutely. Isis also asked, previously we talked about abused turning into the abuser. How do you make sure you, someone who was first through a cycle, don't create cycles within your own life?
With me, I know what I want to do. I have a passion, and hurting people is not in my passion. A part of that is knowing yourself. If you think, oh, she making me mad, so I'm a hitter, don't. Take a step back, go get some air, go call your mama, call your pappy, just take a minute. And like I said, if you really have those, oh, I'm gonna hurt this person, or anger issues or anything, please go see a therapist. And there's classes out here for anger management as well. Like for me, I went to anger management in elementary school because that's how angry I was. And I still take those lessons that they taught me in elementary school throughout my daily life. So I think any type of help, whether anger management therapy, even just talking to a friend that you really trust, that you know for a minute, is really helpful. And I just don't see myself hurting people now. And disputes such as arguing and yelling, I do have that problem of yelling or cussing people out, but I ultimately have to remind myself that this is not the relationship I want. I've been there. I don't want it no more. And I don't want to be the person to do it to somebody else. So I just be like, I need to calm down. I will call you. I need to go in this other room and really just take a minute to process what I did. I'm one of those people that like all the information before I go and rely or tell somebody else. So I need to go to a separate room, hang up the phone, gather all the information that just happened, and find out what's the best way for me to handle this afterwards.
Absolutely, Maya. Thank you for answering that question. John asked a kind of similar question to Isis, was a little bit different because he added a different kind of aspect to it. He said, do you think that it's possible to break these generational cycles even when your parent or grandparent pushes the same values on you, even as a child?
Absolutely. Absolutely. your mindset as a child is very different from what we're going to be your mindset as an adult. Like, people have, it's something as simple as food. Well, I ain't like broccoli when I was a kid, but now that I'm an adult, I love it. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with your mindset. You didn't, somebody is pushing something on you. Most times, 9 times out of 10, if somebody pushes something on you, you're going to rebel anyway. So this strictness is not going to affect you. If you think that that's your role, that's something you want to do, go ahead and do it. But you will ultimately find that that's not the right path. It's not. Anything that somebody is pushing on you, they want to relive through you. You have your own life, own thoughts, own accomplishments, own things you want to do. So you can, yes, you're going to make trials and failures and accomplishments and failures. But you need to remember that I have a passion to do this, that, and the third thing. And I'm going to make it happen. Like, y'all know I want to be a poet, author, doctor. Like, I'm going to do it. So y'all going to do it too. Period.
Absolutely, Maya. I love that. I love that. Yeah, yeah, being the rebelling part, definitely. It depends on what it is, but you can definitely be a rebel as well. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot what it was because it was something very that you said that I wanted to add to, but it's okay. I don't know if there's another question or not. Oh, snap. Okay, yeah. All right. So Maya, wherever you want to take this, if you want to close it out or just talk about one more thing, wherever you want to take it, it's up to you.
I think we should go to the last slide where we were talking about how to stop or rephrase these cycles.
Cool. Yeah, we didn't even get into how to we didn't even get into like our positive, well, not positive cycles, but like the other side of the cycles, like how cycles can look kind of on the other side, like good, like generational things that we may have gotten from our parents or from our grandparents or aunts, uncles, whatever. But there you go.
How do you stop a rougher cycle? Educate yourself. Please continue to go to school. Please research what you don't understand. It is very crucial. You walk around with the world's dictionary, the world's everything in your hand. So it's something as simply as a Google search, or what does this mean? How does this define me? A word that defines yourself, as well as exploring new ideas. Let's say you wanted to do something that was not typical for people to do, like when you grow up in the workforce. Research it, research the process to do it, research the process on how much it costs. Do what you desire. It's basically just a growth of knowledge. Sometimes it's not even the take of a research of like a Google search. Sometimes you like, what does this word mean to you? You're talking to your friends or whoever. Also, I think that it's crucial for parents and family members to talk about these things, generational curses and cycles. Like if my mother had talked to me about more in depth about abusive relationships and miscarriages, etc., and etc., then I probably would have, I can't say for sure because I'm not in those shoes, but it would have made an impact on me enough to say, oh, I've been through it. This is what I'm trying to tell you not to do. I want you to be better for me. I want you to be better than I was. I don't want you to be in this such thing or that or do this or do this because I've done the same thing and it did not work out. Now, after that, you can do whatever you may choose. If you don't listen to your mama, then go ahead. Either you're going to succeed or fail. Either way, it's going to teach you a lesson. as well as use positive coping skills, such as the therapist, like I've been preaching through this whole thing, as well as like I do poetry, writing, um, just listening to music is also a great um, coping skill because music really just moves you. And if you can listen to a song that makes you happy when you're in a depressed mood and it actually makes you happy, then that's a big coping skill. As well as recognizing what the problem is. Um, like if you could say, "Oh, this is the problem. This is why I don't understand this, that, and the third thing." That's a big step. That's a big step to say, "Oh, this needs to be changed. I don't like the way the family runs about this. So can we please talk about it more and make this conversation more for this generation, so I cannot say do the same mistakes that y'all have done previously." Miss Joni or Miss Mo, would you like to add anything?
Now you covered it for me. Like you did an amazing job, and I love just all the examples and the realness that you brought to this type of conversation. So thank you.
Yeah, I agree with Miss Shoni. You did amazing. And thank you for, getting up here and being honest, because that's very brave as well. So thank you for being able to do that. Um, Close us out. You know what to do. You know where we going with this.
I'd like to say thank y'all for the time and the appreciation that y'all have given me today. My due for today would be to stop being afraid. Um, Stop being afraid to talk. Nothing bad can come out of saying, "Oh, this is a terrible idea." oh, I need to talk to somebody because I'm going through something. It's Don't be afraid to tell how you're feeling, to tell your truth, and to tell your truth, Miss Mo, to tell your truth, as well as to speak on what you believe in. It's no way you should be afraid of something you believe in, because how is it ever going to change if you don't speak up? And to Miss Mo's request, the poem is 12:57. After y'all juice, then maybe if Miss Joni will let us, we can run over a little bit of time to do my poem. But y'all have
I think the people want to hear your poem. I'm not even going to ask because I already know they're going to say. But if y'all don't want to hear the poem, let me know. But I'm sure y'all do because we know you bringing some heat.
I'm gonna just do my do real quick, and we're gonna end off with the poem. But mine is just be brave, like, and don't be, in a position where you feel like you can't do something and you can't speak up. Be brave.
See, and Q already started us off like, yes, the poem. You got the fire signs and all that, man. Look, it's time to go.
It's time. Okay. Can y'all still see me?
Froze for a second. I don't know what you're doing. You on a Miss Simone right now, yo. Real bad. So bad. I can't even match your fly. That's how bad it is.
So y'all can't see me or you can't?
You froze, baby girl. You doing a Miss Simone right now, but worse.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, no, you need to change that. There we go. All
right, there you go.
That face was not a good one to freeze on.
I couldn't even imitate that freeze. You know how to match your fly.
Go ahead, girl. Read this poem. Wait a minute.
All right, I'm ready to turn the camera off though, because it's on my docs. I need to charge one of my old phones so I can do this and y'all can see me. But it's in my docs, so I don't want to freeze again and look ugly.
Okay, go ahead.
This poem is called Powerful Woman. Big breast, round booty, with hourglass figure. long hair, just how you like it. But guess what? That ain't me. My brain is bigger than my booty, and that is not what you need to care about. My round lips outweigh my breasts, and I heard my tongue is sharper when I'm being honest. My cellulite is not for your hands. My mouth will not be controlled by your belittling mind. Yes, I get it. I am beautiful. But that's not what I need to be most proud of. My flaws are not here for you to judge. I'm not the spine to hold your weight. I'm not a bowl to dump your trash in. They say behind every great man is a woman. But that's never been true. Beside every great man is an even greater woman. We are not clay things you can just mold. You think you can make me something I'm not? I am wild and unruly, you say. Well, guess what? I don't care. You keep trying to tame me, but you best watch yourself because all clay things eventually harden. And I keep saying you, as if saying your name somehow keeps this poem from applying to you, Joseph, and how I was just gonna say fake names, but man, forget all that. As if saying your name, Michael, Christopher, Summer, Deshaun, Ellis, Justin, it would somehow make the past unwrite itself. And like as if what each of one of you done to me somehow would disappear, but because of you, I'm the person I am today. So I will not give you all the shame because you have made me see my strengths. But trust and believe, if I fall again, it will not take me so long to get back up. If I get trapped or lost again, it will not take me as long to get through it because I am stronger despite you. So when I turn into a savage like Queen and a diva like B, then don't ask me why, because this clay thing has already hardened.
Yo, did you really just call him out like that? Yo, woo!
Yes.
Y'all heard it here first.
That's it. In the
Y'all
session.
heard it here first. Q ISIS, I blame y'all because y'all was the first ones to pump her up and tell her to go ahead. Yo, them first couple lines, I was like, oh my God.
You gotta wait for the art, it evolves.
I know y'all know I be getting little heart attacks. I was like, oh, yo, that was amazing though. Like, yo, you are so talented. I hope you know that. Like, yo, you are amazingly talented. And that's the type of stuff that moves people emotions and that people can relate to. If you haven't thought about it, I feel like you should be making or putting together like a poetry book.
I am.
Awesome.
Maya, I know somebody who just published a poetry book. I'm gonna connect her to you. So y'all.
Oh, that would be amazing. Thank you.
No problem. All right.
Yeah.
That's it. See y'all.
See y'all. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.
Sheesh. See you. Thank you. Man, yo, powerful, powerful, powerful. Yo, guess what? It's the end of the day, y'all. Like, it's the end of the day. Y'all got a super short day today. You know what? Y'all gotta help us decide too. I know Miss Mo was working on it. What we gonna do on Monday? Because like I'm just realizing that is a holiday. It's Memorial Day, so y'all would have been out of school anyway. So y'all, send me some DM, some messages or whatever if y'all want to vote for whether or not we should cancel success sessions for Monday. And y'all do whatever it is y'all do on Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to be working, but it don't matter to me either way. But y'all let me know. Yeah, Lanae, you right. Yo, Thriving Thursdays tonight. Yeah, we definitely got Thriving Thursdays tonight at 6. And thank y'all too for all the love and everything. I know that I didn't get a chance to respond to the comments and stuff like that. But when I was, telling my story earlier on the whole issue of like cycles and stuff like that. So thank y'all so much for all the love and for all the positive vibes and for all the energies. Like, yo, it don't matter how old you get, like some stuff will always still be able to get to you. And that's just like one of those things. So thank y'all so much for that love. And Oh, Lanae, you got a short poem that you can do? What you mean? You want to do it like now or you want to do it later? Let me know. Like, what you trying to do? Because you see we wrapping up here. But yeah, y'all, you know, like I really, really, really appreciate it. And definitely like people that got talents, yo, should be here. You should definitely be here. Oh man, Q said, what's Thriving Thursdays? Yo, what? Yo, Q. Yo, Thriving Thursdays is like the main event. Now that we had to bring it online, all right, Lanae, I'm about to send you the link right now. Now that we had to bring it online, it's like, you know, okay. But Thriving Thursdays is our weekly event where we get together and we work on our goals. Like that was the whole idea of Thriving Thursdays, like in the first place, like work on your goals. So when we used to go to Bloomberg, that's where our program was held or whatever, we used to have, of course, our home cooked meal, our food used to always be on point because it was home cooked. And then everybody would go into their different tracks. So you see how we got our different mentors or whatever who come on here. We have some more mentors who haven't joined like this, but like Miss Mo got a track where, you know, she doing whatever she doing with, you know, professional personal development. Miss Simone got her own track where, you know, she's like the job person though, like for real. Miss Simone and her track used to be jump. You need to get a job. That's where it was at. She used to bring employers in, do hiring like right on the spot, like a whole bunch of stuff. Mr. Lou, y'all haven't met him yet, but Naeem is connected with him because he's a coder, but he's also a fabulous musician. So like all our music people used to go into his track. He'd bring in like his speakers, his guitar and all that stuff. And it was like, you pick whatever track you wanted to go to based off of what your goals were. And the idea was that, yo, it's people who are success minded, people who want to do more and do better in life. This is where you come together for these 2 hours, because Thriving Thursdays was from 6 to 8. Now, since we do it online, we only do 1 hour from 6 to 7. But it was like, yo, this is where you come to work on your goals, to work on yourself and really get things done. So when this quarantine is over, we'll be back to our regular Thriving Thursdays in person. But as of now, we just do Thriving Thursdays right here online, just like this. And Thriving Thursdays, basically, because we do it online, that's like one of the only ones where it's like, it's just me. So whatever topic y'all want to talk about, that's what we talking about. People wanted to talk about how to generate passive income in different ways that you can make money. That was the topic for last week. So that's all we did. We must have talked about at least 20 or 25 different ways that you can create this passive income for yourself and generate money just doing things that, you know, a lot of people don't necessarily, you know, think about or maybe talk about. So the topic varies. Like, I really don't ever have a preference for the topic. I let whoever's on dictate what the topic is, and then we just go in from there. So yeah, Thriving Thursdays is pretty cool, man. Thriving Thursdays is pretty cool. When we were in person, we used to have anywhere from like 60 to about 100 kids or whatever show up Thriving Thursdays. Poe would tell you, she used to be there. Man, can't wait. Yeah, you definitely got to start coming to more stuff. Q, definitely got to start coming. Lanae, I sent you the link. If you wanna do it now, or if you wanted to wait, just let me know. I'll give you maybe 30 more seconds to jump on if that's what you're gonna do. But yeah, y'all, tomorrow is going to be amazing, yo. I've been waiting all week for tomorrow, and not because it's Friday, even though Friday is my new favorite day, but because we got Jordan coming on tomorrow. And if y'all not familiar with Jordan, definitely get familiar. Jordan Strong. Her name is Jordan Walker. So all the Weston people, I know y'all know her because she recently graduated from Weston, but she's the young lady who got shot in her back about 2 summers ago. She got shot in her back. She was like 16 or 17 when it happened. Lanae, I DM'd it to you, y'all. No, I didn't DM it to you. I texted it to you. Send me a message now, Lanae, so your DM can be at the front because I got so many DMs. It's crazy. But DM me now so I can send it to you. But yeah, she got shot in her back. And even to this day now, 2 years after the fact, she's still not able to walk, but she didn't use that as a crutch. Like, that is amazing. Her whole life got completely turned around, upside down, and she still said, yo, I'm still going to run my business. I'm still going to participate in fashion shows. Like, I'm still going to do me. And like, just her drive and her determination, like even in the hospital, yo, like she wouldn't let people come in her room like crying and being all sad and all that stuff like that. Like, yo, she was like one of the toughest people you could ever meet. And she just like, yo, don't feel sorry for me, yo, just pray for me. And that was it. And for her to be so young, yo, like to me, that was just the very definition of strength, determination, and not making any excuses for yourself. Like, yo, yeah. So I'm really excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a banger. The address for my hoodies. Yeah, I'm going to, what am I going to do? Do I got your DM or something? DM me, Q, so I can send you my address. Miss Mo got to send you her own address. I don't know what's up with her, but I can definitely send you my address for mine. Mine is the black one with the red writing, and hers is the other one, whatever she ordered. But yeah, DM me, and I'm gonna send you that address. So yeah, Q, yeah, yo, you most definitely gotta join, Q. You most definitely gotta join. And then especially with you having banging hoodies and apparel and stuff like that, we can help you get like bulk orders and stuff like that. So I'm definitely down for that. All right, y'all. Where is this Lanae, yo? So we can hear her poem and be out of here. Where is she at? Come on, Lanae. I done already sent it to you, baby girl. But yeah, man, this is exciting stuff, yo. This is super exciting. I can't wait till we get a little more freedom to do more stuff in person so we can get back to some of the stuff we supposed to be doing. We supposed to be in San Diego, Atlanta, Philadelphia. Like, we were supposed to be all over the place, New York. Like, man. Oh, Naeem, you met Mr. Lou today. He's amazing, right? You love him, don't you? Yo, I'm trying to tell you, one of the coolest white dudes you ever want to meet, yo. I love him, I love him, I love him. You waiting for it to download? Hey, yo, come on now. Your joint is in the ghetto, yo. In the straight ghetto. Yeah, man. Mr. Lou is one of the coolest white dudes you ever want to meet in your life. And he's so talented. Like, so talented. I love Mr. Lou. I can't wait till we're able to get back together and, y'all can meet some of the mentors that you don't get to meet on success sessions. Because Miss Mo and Miss Simone, that's only two of the mentors that we have. And we have, like so many more who are doing amazing work behind the scenes and all that type of stuff. So can't wait for that. Lanae, baby girl. What you want, AOL, yo? Yo, you want to dial up? You got the telephone cord plugged in? Poet, you talking about you want to meet them. Hey, yo, don't pay Poet no mind. Poet used to be at almost every Thriving Thursdays. So she already know how we used to get down, yo. She already know. And the deal with Thriving Thursdays, I made it too easy. Not only are you getting good home cooked food and you getting access to resources and mentors to help you reach your goals, we also gave you free transportation home, yo. My Lyft and Uber bill, crazy, yo. The deal was, as long as you get there, we make sure that you get home. Yeah, imagine 50 Ubers lined up outside of Bloomberg. That's how it used to be, yo, every Thursday.
Hold on. I
There
got
she go, y'all. There she go.
I gotta switch the camera.
All right, switch the camera, man. We was waiting on you. This poem got to be fire.
I look a
Yeah,
mess.
you do not look no mess. You look
I
cute as ever.
do.
You look cute as ever.
But
How
yeah,
you
I
doing?
wrote this last night because I was bored. Yeah.
Oh, you just wrote it.
Yeah, I had wrote a couple poems. Like I miss writing. I did. And then it was just like quarantine had me like it just had me missing it. So I had to write it. I had to. And
Oh, wow.
you know how I am on injustice. So it's called What Do You See? So
Woo. Okay, go in.
okay. Look into my eyes. What do you see? A Black girl prevailing for the injustice to speak. Look into my soul. What do you see? A light in the darkness waiting to breach. Look at my hair. What do you see? A life full of riches my ancestors brought me. Look at my fingers. What do you see? Someone who touched evidence I never seen. Look at my palms. What do you see? You see an M, not them. They see a Black girl waiting on a man's breed. Look at his hands. What do you see? Surrendering. The white flag waving in your face. No, you see an African American on his knees, yet you shoot ignoring the plea. Look at his body. What do you see? In an injustice system, one in creed, protesters having a need, a number added to the screen. Yet the justice system was never built for you and me. Look at my brothers and sisters. What do you see? Yeah.
Woo. Okay. Yo, you need to write more often and share more often. This is crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first. And when she blow up, y'all know she gave it 2 success sessions first. Yo, that is amazing. You are so super talented. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah. On Monday, I got another one if you want to hear it.
Yeah, we always want to hear it. Matter of fact, yo, we really need a better way to get like y'all artists people together, because since this quarantine and we haven't been able to meet when Thriving Thursdays, y'all just kind of been scattered all over the place. So we need a better way to get y'all kind of back together, and we can have like little segments like this where maybe like 30 minutes is dedicated to just the artist, and y'all can do your poems, y'all, you know, rap, sings, whoever, whatever. But yo, this is too powerful for y'all just be not sharing it.
Yeah.
Yo, and you know how they do battle rap, y'all?
Oh, I can't battle. I can't rap like that.
No, y'all can do a battle poem. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm still a little rusty.
That wasn't no rusty. That wasn't no rusty. That wasn't no rusty. It won't be like battle like who's the best, but it'll just be like y'all both turning up on each other. So like poets say 5 lines, then you say 5 lines, then she like, yo, I could see that. That would be so hard. That would be so tough. That would be tough. Like that, did you come to our cookout last year, our block party where Elder and Jay did that? Yo, I'm pretty sure I gotta have a video posted on my IG, but they did that. Like was doing, yo, that was so hard, y'all. Yo, I think y'all should do that with poetry. I think y'all should do that with poetry.
I was a little shook at
how did you come up with that?
I was a little shook. I was like, all right, now I gotta get on her level.
Yep. Yo, look, man, look, we all growing together. That's amazing. Naeem want to know, how did you come up with it? I know, Naeem, it's just amazing.
It was really how I came up with it, because I really thought, because you know how I am, I'm more, I like to speak on injustice, and you know, activism is more of a like a little itch I've been waiting to scratch. So yesterday when I was looking in my mirror and I had to look at myself and I had to be like, well, how many people really speak about the injustice that's young?
like how many? Do you see like so many people out here speaking on it? Like, no, like you don't. And school is just like, because I go to county school, so it's like you don't see as many kids, because like I have an issue with a lot of people who don't speak on it and they have like the itch for it. So it's like I like to bring it out and hopefully someone else can follow in the footsteps to make it better. So
Yeah, no, that's good. I love it. I love it. Absolutely. And I can't wait to see like what that really looks like in play for you. That's going to be amazing. And poet, y'all can absolutely do it together. It's really just about the look. Like y'all can write it together, y'all can plan it together, but when y'all go and actually perform it, like it should have like that dynamic. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Like that's what's up. Thank you so much for sharing. Y'all got us way, way, way over the time. Yo, way over the time. I'll see you later, baby girl. Thank you so much. All right.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Yo, y'all got us way, 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 way over our time. But yeah, Jada, I see you. Yeah, that's what you should absolutely do. Go ahead and plan that and get that going. That's exactly what we need. So that's it, y'all. We done had a great day, man. Listen, y'all already know what it is, y'all. Tell a friend to tell a friend, y'all. Success sessions. You want to grow? This is where you start. You want to do something with your life, yo, this is where you start. You want to connect with other success-minded people, young people and adults. Like this is where you start. So I'm excited for all the new people who joined us today. Shout out to you. So good having you. Hope that you keep coming back. And for everybody that's going to be joining us tonight at 6 for Thriving Thursdays, yo, send me some topics. What you want to talk about? Let me know. All right. So enjoy the rest of your day, yo. Do something productive. Jada, it don't matter. I guess as of right now, while we in this situation, we need to plan for virtual. And if something, open or whatever, then we can go in person. But as of right now, we need to plan for our current situation. All right. So I will see y'all later, man. Enjoy your day. Do something productive.